Geek is officially my favorite person for being the only person to talk during the intros on the top shelf. I can't fault him too much though because that was too funny on our side. I don't know if
Woo!
y'all heard that, but we're doing great, folks.
Coming in hot.
Welcome back to the top shelf. We are playing InExtremis today, which I'm very excited about. We're just gonna jump right into introductions. We're gonna start up at the top with Kegan, move down to Niffer, go over to Zeke over there, and then I'll round us out. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Say hi. Kegan, you're required to say at least a little bit extra because this is your game.
Oh
And
no.
also, tell us what you're drinking.
Okay, cool. I guess we're starting with me, so I should start talking. Hi, I'm Kegan. You can find me online at KeganExe.com. There's links to all my stuff. And we're playing my game InExtremis today. Should I introduce the game, or are we waiting on that?
Oh no, I'll get into that in a minute.
Oh, cool. And I'm drinking Liquid Death
Fuck yeah.
to be on brand.
Cool, it's me next, right? Hi. I'm Niffer. I forgot about the whole we should drink classy things, so I'm drinking fruit punch out of a thermos.
It's appropriate for your character.
It is. I have a juice box, y'all. Yeah, I'm Niffer Niff. I'm playing a 4-year-old right now.
Perfect.
Hi, I'm Zeke Gonzalez. I'm a game designer and a scientist, and you can find me on Twitter at Fantasy Ecology. Really excited for tonight. I am a really classy lady, so I am currently lubricating my voice hole with some juicy Franzia.
Delightful. Oh goodness, and I am Mads, your host. JK, Mads, Magpie, whatever you want to call me. I got lots of nicknames on the Discord. I am drinking instant espresso, creme brulee creamer, and I believe Irish whiskey. I can't remember for sure. Might be vodka. Can't remember. But it's good.
That's how you know it's working.
Yeah, no, it's great. And then to that side of me, I needs no introduction. We are playing InExtremis. I'm once again just completely scatterbrained today, but InExtremis is spectacular. It's built off of the Lumen system by Spencer Campbell, which we played basically the precursor of before it was called the Lumen system, way back at the beginning of the series with Light. It is very, very similar to Light if you watch that episode, but otherwise it is a D6 system in which I don't have to roll any dice. I didn't bring anything out for this one. It's great. But on the planet, Niffer, pronounce the planet name for me.
I was not briefed on this before. I only know how to say my own class name.
Kegan, pronounce the planet name for me.
Kegan.
It's Hecate.
Hecate, thank you. On the planet Hecate, as basically a civilization of necromantically powerful people who have consistently held off the Corvus Dominion from reaping the rewards of their planet or exterminating the witches therein to learn their powers, mine their ore, something capitalism, and lots of that. They're bad. These guys are protectors. These three particularly are family. They're more than protectors. They're grandmothers and children and uncles. And they're all batshit, and I'm so excited for it. We are jumping into this episode with a ceasefire of sorts. The Corvus Dominion has gotten a new head of public relations and kind of an ambassador of sorts that has invited you three, because your family specifically is one of the oldest, longest running lines of necromancers on the planet, and would like to discuss perhaps an end to the warring between Hecate's people and the Corvus Dominion. You all arrive, and I should note, Nona Septima, and Crow were invited. Jony just kind of tagged along. But you all showed up at a very large building that was constructed seemingly out of nowhere. None of you recognize it. It looks very corporatized, like drop-potted onto the planet for the sake of a meeting. But as you walk into it, you notice that the central space of it is actually all open space to a vast degree. There are 3 different floors that you can see the balconies, or I mean, there's the main floor that you're on, and then there's 2 balcony worth of floors that you can see all pillared and very tall around a kind of a half flight of stairs depressed center space in which the crest of the Corvus Dominion sits embossed in marble on the in the center of this terrible corporate antechamber, basically. And as you walk in, there are a good number of folks within. You have all fought the Corvus Dominion. Jony, that's questionable, but you've probably taken out 1 or 2 in your time, whether that be intentional or not. And as you kind of approach this space, and you can see probably 4 or 5 different members of the Corvus Dominion, armored and armed, looking down from various levels of this balcony. In the center of this room, smiling and welcoming and personable, you don't see a lot of that from the Corvus Dominion. Just a very slender man in a black suit with feathered tufts, like black feathered pauldrons coming off the shoulders of his blazer, and a silk shiny tie which sheens out from underneath his jacket. And he kind of unbuttons the front button and steps forward so he can raise his arms towards the 3 of you, and he goes, "Welcome, all of you. It's honestly, it's a pleasure. It's my first time on the planet. I'm so stoked to be able to finally just see everything. I mean, you can see some of the stuff you guys do from orbit. This place is crazy, and I get to be the guy to chat with you. So this is premiere. I do remember that there were 2 invitations, as I recall. You've got a little one running around. What is their deal?
Oh, I'm babysitting.
Sorry, what?
This is my Nona.
This is a business meeting. Anyone?
This isn't gonna last long.
Okay.
I'll be quiet. I got snacks. I'll be quiet.
Okay, you have your snacks. You go sit somewhere. There's steps over there.
Oh, hey.
So the 2 of you, pleasures. You can refer to me as Lucian Magpie Bird. If I am technically a lieutenant, but you don't have to. We don't need the formalities here. I don't really like being called lieutenant. Lucian works just fine. But we've been shooting at y'all for a good while, and you've killed a lot of us. Aren't you sick of it? Aren't we real tired of, this kind of back and forth?
I'm not.
Glares over at you, returns.
Can I be real honest?
Oh, please.
I could kill y'all all day.
He has for years.
You're the worst people to ask to do this.
I mean, that's... So could we, by technicality, armed guns and rocket launchers and weapons of mass destruction, though we don't use those because we do like the planet. I want to be clear. But the point is not whether or not we could, but should we? Should you continue to kill us, or us continue to shoot you? I'm sorry, did you say something?
Oh, I think the better question is, should you take our planet from us? And
No.
Good question.
John.
So we are reconsidering that. We've had
How lucky for us.
Yeah, no, it is. It's so lucky for you guys. Or don't call it luck. It was a big corporate meeting. We talked about it for like 14 hours. There were 3 breaks in between, very little snacks. I was uncomfortable most of the time. But
We'll keep that up. Don't worry.
I feel like you're trying to relate to me too hard right now.
sorry, what?
The no snacks and the not enough breaks and stuff, like, we get it.
Did you run out of snacks?
You have snacks?
Looks up
No,
to
I
like
have
one
enough
of
snacks. I like pull out pockets and I have 2 little bags of like Cheetos and fruit snacks, and then I put them back. Space
glad.
Cheetos.
I was about ready to say we
Space
do
fruit
have snacks, but you guys have it covered. No, what I was going to say was we had a meeting about it. We talked about it. And what we really want out of this planet is not the planet itself. We just want to learn how to do magic. Our people die in droves all the time. If we had even a kernel of the cool amount of magic shit that you all can do, we'd be fucking wilding out here. We'd have a great time just, jumping through planets and taking out stuff as we need to. And we're willing to make a deal. All we want is...
So you want our magic, and you thought the best way to get it was to slaughter us.
No, you missed it.
Okay.
Right now, the best way to get it is to ask nicely. So,
how do you feel like this is going for you?
That is kind of what teachers said at school, though.
See? He's got a point. And he's got snacks. I don't know how to relate to children. No, so all we want is for you to teach us how you guys do the things that you do in a manner that we can continue to teach the rest of our army, even if it's just the captains and lieutenants, if it takes a lot of time. We don't have that kind of resource. But if we can teach at least a couple of the guys how to do this so that they can pass it down the chain, I am willing to, and he pulls out a contract from the inside of his pocket and kind of unrolls it and things, takes a pen out of his front pocket and kind of leans it towards the two of you. I am willing, or we as the Corvus Dominion as a whole are willing to, once we are sufficiently juiced up and have learned your ways, will leave your planet alone. Entirely.
Do you hear that, Nona?
Written in ink.
He'll so generously leave our planet alone. What do you have to say to that, Jony?
I look at Nona a second to see what she thinks. I also shake my head then.
Come on.
Look, if you can't even convince a 4-year-old, how do you think you're convincing me? I'm like 350.
I am actually relatively perceptive. I watched you shake your head and he shook his head. That's not... That's correlation. It's not their own choice.
Look, if you can't convince a 4-year-old not to listen to their 350-year-old grandma, I don't know how I'm going to help you here.
You know what? You have a point. And he folds up the paper and he puts it in his pocket and he puts the pen back in his pocket. He looks over at one of the guys that is on the main floor and he snaps and whistles and beckons them forward and kind of whispers something in the air. And he runs off. And
you just reframe this whole peace treaty as trying to impress a 4-year-old.
You did indeed.
Oh,
Lucian walks forward to Jony and takes a knee down to Jony. I mean, at a comfortable distance, but directly addressing Jony and goes, "Hi. I'm sorry that I'm a little awkward around kids, but your Nona has a point. You want what's best for the planet. You do cool things here. You get to run around and play with friends and stuff. Dead people, presumably. You're necromancers. Friends with dead things? How does that work?"
See, there's this field out behind Nona's house, and I get to play back there. And sometimes I take my uncle along, and we just get to go blow stuff up.
That sounds like a blast.
I think it's nice to look at. That was silly.
I also blast.
You said blast when
I did. I made a joke. Was it funny?
Oh, yeah.
Good. I'm glad. So I also like blowing stuff up. So we're not the
No,
we're not.
you're not supposed to though. You just said you weren't gonna.
No,
Johnny,
not your
Liar.
stuff.
You're a liar.
Not your
You should
stuff.
show him the tool you blow things up with.
I think it's too early to pull out the gun.
You gave the kid a gun. It's so
Yeah,
cute.
no, I
See,
absolutely pull it out. It's a little one. It looks like it's fake. It
When-
really does. It
when
looks
we-
like it's a toy one, like it's a squirt gun.
it's adorable. I love it. When we conscript all of our soldiers, they have guns at super early ages too, so I understand. But you want what's best for your grandma.
Mm-hmm.
You want what's best for your family and your planet. Do you not think that stopping this whole war isn't a good idea? And you could blow other stuff up, but now people wouldn't be blowing up your stuff.
Okay, but at school, when we fight and stuff, if one person says, "Okay, I'm not gonna fight anymore," and then you put down your stuff, they just hit you again. So that doesn't work very well.
You should teach them the power of contracts. See, do you know how to read yet?
A little. I can write my name.
Hey.
J-O. I just look over at my uncle a second. Is he? Yep.
Very, very good. You're learning. You're doing great.
Mhm.
See, when you get a little bit older, not quite as old as your Nona, but probably as old as I'm sorry, I missed your name.
You invited me.
I did. I invited the family and 2 members of the family. I didn't sign the invitation.
So you don't actually want us here?
Up to
No.
date.
I want your family. I let you guys
Doing a real
pick who
good job,
showed up.
sweetie.
I let you guys pick who showed up. It could have been your aunt. It could have been your Nona. We don't know. But you picked. You guys got to pick.
How close is Lucian to us?
So
Kneeling in front of Jony.
yeah, from Jony, it would be where are the ranges? It'd be close range from Jony, but you guys are probably mid range.
Okay.
Because he went to sit on the steps.
Okay.
And eat some snacks. So.
Get my juice box.
And he kind of finds this moot at this point because he's really floundering. He stands back up and he just spins on a shiny heel back to you two, and he goes, "Come on, I am asking for the end all here. What is your holdup? This is signed contract. We can't go around that. You're welcome to read it if you'd like."
I'm not going to worry about reading it right now. I just want you to know I'm looking for more fertilizer. That's the only reason I'm here.
That is really dark. How old are you?
Like 350.
Okay.
She's my great grandma.
That almost feels like too many grades for 350, but quick generations, I guess.
Whose fault is that?
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't my fault if that's what you're implying. I don't.
Well, not a representative of your corporation? Is that not why you're here?
Yes, I am a representative, but we are trying to turn over a new leaf here, and admittedly, it is weirdly more difficult than I was anticipating this being.
They didn't prep you well, did they?
Oh, tender heart.
Nobody can be prepared for me is what my teacher says at school.
I believe that.
It's true, I've signed the report card.
No, in relativistic time, because space travel is what it is. I've only been doing this for about 3 months.
Oh, it shows, dear.
So, really, I don't understand your guys' holdup. This is the opportunity to just end things and be left in peace.
You don't understand the holdup. I'm so sorry. It sounds like you have not been fully up to date and prepped for this meeting. Maybe you should scuttle off, and maybe you can send us another nice invitation in the future, and we can come back here and exchange barbs in the future. How does that sound, Lucian?
Uh-huh. I see how this is going. There appears to be in this room some amount of animosity to something that I am providing you no strings attached, clear as crystal, and still I, who have shot none of your people, am being personally treated poorly for trying to extend an olive branch, proverbially. I don't know if you have those on this planet, but it means peace. And we're getting there, and I
I
don't...
want to sort of like reach out and sort of reach out and touch Lucian's shoulder. Be like, "Oh, honey, you're not being persecuted." I'm gonna look over at Crow, and I'm gonna go ahead and cast Doom Foretold. The next damage against this man's gonna be extra.
Okay, cool. You don't have... Do you have to roll for that?
No.
Okay, cool. Does he notice at all? What is...
Did I recognize
Paint me a
this?
word picture here of what
Yeah,
you
what
just
is
did.
So I think I like sort of spit on my hand, some blood before I reached over. So he just has like a nice bloody like handprint on his shoulder. Like Crow definitely knows what this means. I don't know if he knows what this means. That's up to you.
I don't know that he even realized that you did that, other than he's a little disgusted and kind of sidesteps you and like I get it.
He's looking
You
more
don't
and
want to
more
talk right now?
fertilizer, isn't he? And if
Fine.
you allow it, given what she has set up, I would like to pressure point him.
Okay, what does that do? Because I
We-
didn't read any of your sheets.
Can we pause just real fast? We don't know the phase of the moon currently.
Oh
It
yeah,
is a full
True.
moon.
That's the best
Wow.
moon.
very, very, very poor choice on their part. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, let me get a pen.
Mister, you're not giving us stuff for free. We had to teach you magic. And it's not free.
But then I don't kill your Nona. Or we don't kill your Nona. I wouldn't kill your Nona. We wouldn't
Listen,
kill your Nona.
we've all tried to kill my Nona, okay?
It's just not gonna work.
It just won't.
I've died a number of times.
It
Am I
doesn't
able to
stick.
pressure point him?
Yeah, tell me more about what that means.
Well, it means that I sort of put up two of my fingers sort of to the knuckle and just very lightly touch him in just a couple of places on his body, and his lymph nodes erupt.
Okay.
How much damage does that deal?
Well, it depends how much extra damage.
You're just getting one from me.
Okay, so it deals 5 damage.
We're just coming in here and bullying
Good
this guy.
Christ. Okay.
He's
All right.
really not gonna come back for a second meeting.
Y'all are the worst.
It
So-
feels like initiated combat. Like maybe Jony should get a turn.
So yeah, you paint me a picture, Zeke. How are you getting close to this guy and just?
Well, when Nona walked up to touch him, I probably stayed just a pace and a half behind her, staying in close, like, you know, we're staying together. He's talking to both of us, just sort of approaching, you know, my very passive aggressive expression. And then while he's talking, just really lightly reaching out and just tapping on a few places in his body while he's speaking,
Okay.
if I have the opportunity to do so, which... we're not going to get too gross up in here, but like I said, lymph nodes are bursting, so you know he's not happy. 5 damage.
So he's getting a little frustrated. He starts to take a step back as you just pop him a couple times, and he gets about halfway through saying, "Look, I get it. We can reschedule." Before he starts like fucking choking a little bit and like just in horrid amounts of pain, collapses to the ground with very little time to spare. He starts to try to get up, at the same point that the guy that he had whispered to walked back in the room with a bag of snacks and promptly drops them to spin and grab his weapon. And you can hear just in simultaneous sequence, just up the 3 floors of this, just a whole bunch of guns looking down now.
I maybe have a thing for that, depending on what the floors are made out of.
Probably marble or something of similar hardness.
Wow, they dropped marble out of the atmosphere.
They
Like,
do
wow,
indeed.
that's-
This was a brilliant thought on their
They
plan.
sprung for this.
They airdropped a marble corporate building just for this meeting, and y'all decided to be assholes.
Yep.
I love it. I'm not opposed. I'm just like, I'm calling it as it is, and it's hilarious.
We gave him the easy out. We killed him first.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Oh, Jony, you're looking something up. Okay.
Yep, I was. Everyone else continue while I Google what
Oh,
material
God.
marble is.
It's a stone.
Uh-huh.
I'd consider it
organic, right?
Organic.
Usually
Yeah.
it's... What?
Mm. Yeah.
Marble is not organic.
Marble's made out of
It's
limestone,
definitely-
right? No,
it's-
I don't know.
The last time I looked, rocks weren't alive. I'm so sorry to every gravel driveway I've ever driven on if it decided gravel was alive.
I'm pretty sure that marble is closer to like a granite substance as opposed to limestone.
Yeah,
What
it's
if we
definitely.
go like the chemistry thing where it's made out of carbon, so okay. No.
Bit of a stretch. I think at that point
Yeah, I
we're
know.
separated enough from life.
Yep, that's fine. I'll just sit here with my juice box then. Actually, no. I might notice all the snacks that just got spilled and be like, oh, start inching my way over.
Okay. Give me just a second to make a list of everybody who just popped up in the area.
We're just gonna kill this entire compound now. No.
Yeah, it's...
Also, like, I understand that this guy was bad news, but I feel like we maybe should have wanted peace more than we do.
We're being very genre consistent. That's what I'll
Okay.
say.
Okay. I'm not making the choices here. I'm following your lead. This is why I played a 4-year-old, so I didn't have to make plot decisions.
I was like, this isn't gonna work for him. I felt it coming in. And look, the chat didn't like him.
Yeah.
That's really the important part.
Oh, you're the worst. Let's see.
There's a lot of people in this room.
There are a
right
lot of
now to
people
be
in
the
this room,
worst.
yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of
The
fun.
worst.
Grandma
It
needs
is.
a lot of fertilizer. She has a lot of fucking land.
And I need to practice, okay? I'm new.
So, you guys have all fought the Corvus Dominion before.
Mhm.
Taking a quick scan of everything, 3rd floor, behind cover on these balconies, there are 2 Js. Currently on either side of this room in the same floor that you are on, there are 2 magpies, and the individual who just dropped the snacks is a raven. And there are 4 crows on the 2nd floor.
On the
Okay.
top floor, it's 2 total or 2 on each side?
2 total currently.
Good deal. I'm making a diagram.
I'm also going to pose this to the group, or to the chat and all of our listeners, because we did this during Light. Good tables and bad tables absolutely apply here. Good tables will provide beneficial things to these guys, and bad tables in the Lumen system, because I'll probably continue to explore these, equals reinforcements.
No.
Bad tables means more enemies. So right up front, if you think things are a little unbalanced, feel free to drop some more in.
I did get advantage earlier in the chat. I want that on record.
Yes,
Okay,
good.
fair enough. I think advantage in this case is going to add another die to your pool
Okay,
of the
I was
next
gonna
thing you're
ask.
doing. Yeah.
That is fucking power, baby. We're talking 6s. We're talking 5s.
I need to pull out more dice is what I'm hearing.
Probs,
that.
yeah.
All right, cool. We're good.
I like that.
I have them right here.
Grandma is going to be rolling in the deep, baby.
And we have 9 wells to use to add to our pool, right?
I have 8 now, but yeah.
Actually, I would, before we get into this fight, I would like a little bit of insight, and then I can play with some of the mechanics here. Nona, at the moment that you chose to just kind of completely ignore everything that he was providing and touch down on his shoulder to add some damage, give me let's see a flashback of kind of where she's coming from.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're jumping back probably a number of years when I was fighting Corvus just like all the time, 24/7. This was my whole day job. And I'm retired, but I still don't like these motherfuckers. So he's here talking, and I've just been waiting for an opportunity. I've just been imagining his head popping in my head.
Nona's brutal.
Oh, yeah.
Nona is brutal.
There's a reason Nona has survived 350 years.
That's fair. That's fair. Is there a specific instance that connects you to just the hatred of this guy, or is it just kind of the war in general?
Just kind of the war in general.
Fair enough. Jaded. Oh goodness. All right. Fair enough.
We love war, Grandma.
How do we feel about war grandma or her babysat child taking an extra 2 for the flashback?
I think War Grandma should get it.
I'll pull out more dice.
I was gonna be like, my only argument for Jony getting it is she's watching and learning from Nona.
This is all that Jony knows.
Right.
I'm sweating. I'm taking off the jacket. Let's go.
Fair enough. Let's get after it. Okay. So, I'm gonna quick get a reaction from, because the only people who were already trained on things were the Jays.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna respond to the death of that guy, and one of those Jays is gonna take a shot off directly down towards Crow. Now, because this is the initiation of combat, and I'm not a total bastard in dealing 3 damage to you immediately.
Well, actually, you can't hit me. I have an incredible twitch speed. If someone makes an attack at distance from me, I can make a nerve roll, and on the success, I take no damage.
I'm so glad I shot at you, because I was basically going to make you do that narratively, but because it's part of your class, I don't feel as, justified fudging things to be nice. Go ahead and make a nerve roll for me.
Okay.
Oh.
First roll.
Hey, Cat.
I know what to do.
The highest is a 5.
Highest is a 5. Okay. I'm going to call that a success with shrapnel, as it impacts the stone and kind of shatters out a little bit. I'm still going to pull a damage from that. It cuts through a portion of your leg, but who's up? Who's going?
Me.
Jony, go
Hell
for
yeah.
it.
Let the child go first.
Are they allowed to, take reactions in this?
So, combat-wise, these guys respond. Combat is all narrative via light and the Lumen system. These guys respond if you guys fuck up or I deem it necessary.
Okay. So if I were to say, yell a certain thing and they know what to do in response to that before the thing goes off. Like if I said, Nona, fireworks, they know to close their eyes.
We definitely do.
I would say those two know to close their eyes.
I yell it.
You may.
And they know to close their eyes. I pull my fruit snacks out and just tear it. And the fruit snacks go flying as I cast Flashbang.
Okay.
As once a day, anybody within range close, mid, far Once
Okay.
a day, I can create a light show that leaves people or cameras that saw the lights incapable of seeing for 1 minute. As just the fruit snacks get transformed into dazzling lights that
So
blind.
I will say real fast, just to help you
Yes.
out here, Mats. That is designed as a out of combat spell. It is a thing that is supposed to take a little longer. I have used it a few times. I would, if this were me, I've normally run it as like in combat, it just like they can't see for a round or something. Like it should still be powerful, but maybe not a full minute.
Yeah, I'm okay with it not being a full minute.
We'll play around with that.
I just really enjoy my snacks being my
I'll
material
give you guys a
components.
couple of free failures for that for sure.
It's only a once
Sick.
per day thing, so
Yeah.
You've definitely thrown everybody off, and there is a moment of just chaos as even seemingly this flashbang has scrambled some of the Corvus who don't rely on sight but instead use a little bit more of a tracking. Nobody's functioning right now. Nobody can see. Who's up next?
except
I'll
me,
go.
who goes like and catches some fruit snacks.
I think now we're going to see Grandma Septima sort of like pulls a bone off her back, and it extends to like the length of a bow. She
Okay.
pulls like a little organ out of her pocket, strings it up real fast, and I'm gonna take a shot at one of the J's up top.
Okay, sounds good. To arbitrate things too, you're looking at as far as distances vertically. If you're shooting straight up, it's the difference between mid and far.
Okay.
Most of them are going to be at far range if you're shooting across the platforms, and then anything on the ground is going to be close to mid.
Okay, sick. I have mid-far on as range on that.
Perfect.
So I'm just gonna do this real quick. I'm not paying real close attention to it. I'm rolling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 dice right now.
Jesus Christ.
Rolled a bunch of them right off the table. Best among them is a 5 somehow.
Okay. Fair. With the flashbang from earlier, though, they don't see it coming. They're trying to find cover and duck down behind, but not fast enough. And the arrow that you fire off just is a clean shot straight through the face in such a manner that just brain matter and blood pours out of the front of them like a cup and hits the ground
Feels good.
2 floors below. Keep going. You've got some. Let's get some Corvid killed.
So I am still standing near Grandma. So if she is finished,
Yeah, I'm done.
then I will actually snap my fingers and accelerate her adrenal gland to use adrenaline so that she can immediately take an extra weapon attack.
Lovely.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the other J up on floor 3.
Okay.
We're just gonna work our way
Get 'em out.
down. That one's a 6. That one's nice and clean.
Nice. Yep. Clean shot. Second one, you are wound up and get a little bit of power back in your old bones. And they do actually manage to duck behind the railing. The railing is not marble. And it sails clean through the railing with a terrible noise on the other side. And this J is gone, having been shot just from locational memory of where they had ducked. Nona's a badass.
Nice.
And it must be
Yeah.
known.
We have a good and a bad table.
Well,
Oh,
that's everyone on floor 3. So we
Correct.
can just work our way down now.
Yeah, what's the range of second floor? Are they mid, perhaps? Mid-range?
Second floor, the ones, so in all instances on the second floor, 2 would be mid, 2 would be far.
All right, that's good.
Because they're on the opposite sides of the space as you, so.
Mm-hmm. Who looks the biggest and meanest?
Well, everybody on the 4th floor, Jesus.
There's a fourth floor?
No. Everybody
Okay.
on the 2nd floor are all crows. They're all about the same meanness.
Listen, I didn't
Do all the
actually
Corvids
read
sort
the
of have...
hierarchy of all of them, okay?
Yeah, so it's the same unit on the 2nd floor.
Yeah.
There's 4 of them on that floor.
What
The
about
meanest
on
all appear to be actually on the ground floor with you 3.
I'll do that. I want to. Can I do another turn, Nona? Nona, is it my turn, Nona?
I believe it's I believe it's Matt's turn.
Doctor's turn.
He was like, "What do you do?" And I was like,
This is so this is the last of the roll through.
Okay.
Because of that flashbang.
Oh, sick. Okay, yeah, go for it.
I want to crawl over and I want to grab one of the snacks. If it's like a Cheeto or a chip bag, please.
It is a chip bag.
Cool. I want to like crawl over and make direct eye contact with the guy who just dropped them and scattered them. Just pop it. And that is how I cast spontaneous combustion on him.
Okay. Explain to me spontaneous combustion.
So this
Wow,
spell
this child is
takes an
sick.
action. You catch an organic enemy alight using strange necromantic forces, or MSG apparently. They take 3 damage now and that much damage at the start of each round for the next 2 rounds.
Okay. How much damage?
3 now.
Okay.
So I'm using. I make a roll for it, right?
Yep. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Okay.
Those are all. These are all probably gonna be spontaneity induced. So.
Yeah. It's snacks. Yeah. I rolled a 5 as the highest one.
Okay. So. You pop this and he lights on fire, and you can see the armor in certain spots where like the connecting to the different portions of like the plate armor that he's wearing, because this is a big fucker that you just lit on fire.
I'm gonna pop just a little bit.
Yeah, you can see different spots in like under his armor that are starting to melt, and like noise between the apothecary looking bird rebreather that he's got on. Just yells and anger, and in response to that, he's just gonna take a boot and just kick you right square to the head and jetpack backwards straight up the space.
I'm not even mad about that.
So 1 damage to you. He's on fire and 3 floors up.
Well, I hate this. You can't kick my grandchild. So I'm going to immediately fire at him with my bow.
Okay. Give me a roll. Is there? Let me. We got muscle, bone, and nerve. Which? I cannot recall which is which. I believe this would still be
muscle
nerve.
is like bold actions. Bone is like practiced, sort of.
Oh, this is
take your
definitely
time.
nerve, because it's kind of the emotional reaction too.
We're good with nerve.
Yeah.
I love a nerve roll. That's another 6.
Jesus
Yay.
Christ. Okay. So.
That's 3 damage, just so you know.
Perfect. So this poor fucking raven kicks this kid in the head, shoots upward on fire, and like a clay pigeon at a range, Nona just spins and takes a shot, skewers him through, pops the back of his jetpack, and sends him from an upward direction to the fuel ejecting from his jetpack straight back downward into the ground with a terrible explosion and pieces of granite as it collides with the stairs. Oh, God. All right.
Real fast.
Crow.
We have killed 4 enemies. We probably should roll drops for all of them.
Yeah.
We also have a bad table, which means reinforcements, you said.
Oh, yeah. I'm familiar with that, too.
Okay. Just, we are going to remind you until you make bad things happen to us.
Remind me which page the drops are on.
You know, that's a real good question.
0 to 2 is no drops. 3 and 4 is 2 health for anything, and 5 and 6 is a well.
Okay.
Can you have
Sounds
more than
good.
your max number of wells?
You can have, I believe it maxes at 9.
Okay.
Am I rolling those drops?
We can roll them. You can roll them.
Okay. I like rolling dice. I'll roll those.
Yeah, that's fair.
I really hope if it results in health that they drop fruit snacks that I get to eat.
So the J on the 3rd floor dropped health.
Mhm.
I can't
But
get up there,
it's
though.
on the 3rd floor.
No.
The J on the 3rd floor, the other one, dropped a well.
Is it physicalized or is it like abstract in the way that like when their life is extinguished, we get something from them? Or is it like we literally go and we're like, LOL, look at that corpse, plump, plump, plump.
I'm
You know-
picturing really Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually. I don't care what the rules actually say about that one. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say these are physical drops. You got to go get them.
This is the spirit of the dead floating above their corpse.
Yeah, you know the little blue like Jack and Daxter
Yeah.
orbs that
Mhm.
are the green ones.
Same brain.
The raven that just exploded into the ground dropped a well. You said you killed 4. I think there was only 3 that died.
3.
We killed Lucian right at
yeah,
the beginning of this
You
call.
assume he's dead.
Oh, I'll make sure he's dead if that's not the case.
Matt-
He's on the ground. He
Yeah,
has
Matt
not
said he
gotten
was
back
badly
up, but he
wounded.
has not dropped anything.
I'll remember that. No
Oh,
worries.
I've just
Grandma
broke the meta.
God, no.
Okay, so on following that explosion, I'm gonna make the 2 magpies step forward. They kind of flick their arm upward, and you watch this metal bracer that sits on the side kind of extend like bird wings on either side into this massive metal riot shield. And you can hear the click closed of like a break action shotgun. Big fucking double barrel as they start moving forward towards you. Both of them far enough apart that they're not just going to get creamed in a swing, but marching in line towards the 3 of you.
Would you say that they are within each other's wingspan?
No.
Just out of curiosity.
Jokes.
Also, for no reason, how close are they to the dead bodies?
These guys are actually on the opposite side of where you killed the raven.
Why do you do this to me?
So it would be mid-range from the raven.
Mads doesn't want us to have fun stuff. That's what's happening here.
Yeah.
No, I just know where
'cause-
everybody is. Don't be rude.
It's because we're killing all his dudes.
Yeah, it's fine.
I believe Crow, you're up as far as
Oh.
stuff that has not been done in this round.
So I wasn't sure about the ravens. Are they within each other's wingspan? That was a
2
literal-
magpies, not within each
Or
other's
2
wingspan,
magpies.
same side of the room, marching towards you 2. 4 crows, 2nd floor, perched for the sake of the bird pun, aiming down towards you 4.
Okay.
And
And we have Lucian on the ground.
Lucian is on the ground in the center.
And I have not felt his death or anything like that.
You know what? That's fair. You guys are necromancers. I would imagine you would recognize when that happens. You have not felt his death. He's
Okay.
he's kind of fate string hanging on right now, but not by much.
I am a diplomat. I work in law. Do not trust a lawyer. So I'm going to just very quickly, out of my sleeve, just throw a dagger at him.
Okay.
So
Now-
I think I have to roll for this.
Yeah, you
How
do.
many daggers do you have, just so I'm aware?
Hey, say it out loud.
So there's this beautiful sentence. It's in italics. It's at the end of this. It says, "You never run out of knives." Beautiful. You love to hear it.
Mint.
So the range is close. So I will actually go in a little bit closer to him, but I can throw it up to 2 targets at mid range.
Okay.
So I was thinking if I throw a dagger at him, maybe I can also throw one at the 2nd floor. Does that sound reasonable?
Yes. And
Okay.
based on the description of why you're doing what you're doing, roll bone for me.
Bone. Okay. Um,
That is not reactionary. That is a deliberate, calculated hatred towards diplomats
Lawyers.
and lawyers. Yep.
so I have 1 in bone.
Okay.
Yikes. Use your wells, man.
Oh yeah, that's a great point. That's a
Don't
great.
don't bother. If it misses, I'll make sure it hits.
Oh, okay. Then I'll roll my 1 dice and we'll see. You know,
We
it's
work
probably-
together as a family.
Yeah, that's a 2.
It's a 6 now. I'm gonna use Twist of Fate. I can just replace it with these twist dice I rolled earlier.
Okay.
Beautiful. So that's a 6.
That is
So-
a 6.
I roll for each, it says. Okay, so we'll say that was at Lucian, so Lucian takes
Okay.
3 to
3? Good Christ.
3. Yeah.
All right.
I'm a bad bitch.
That
I'm
is a
boss.
spicy knife.
And then I'll roll for the second one, which is a 5. This is the second floor of the magpie.
All right. So,
That consequence or failure, I guess.
right. Yeah. Because these guys are riot shielded, 5s are failures.
Okay.
I'm going to
that's
let that one
perfectly
impact.
Mhm.
But narratively, you're taking a step forward, kind of ready to start launching them towards it. The little bit of hair on the back of your neck says, "Wait a minute, Lucian's not dead yet." And you turn to see him start to try to pick himself back up and kind of cough blood onto the ground in an uncomfortable quantity. And you're like, yeah, not having that. Stick him right through the temple, and you can hear the crack as it enters, and he's just like, and hits his face back into the ground. And in reaction to that one, send one flying towards the magpie. Killer shot, big fucking shield. So, with that, from my recollection of where you guys are at, Crow and Nona are pretty close together.
Yeah, we've been hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
I, like a child and a fool, have wandered away.
Yes, that is correct. You were actually on the opposite side of the space from them at this point.
Like further away from the new guys or closer?
You would be further away from the new guys because the guy who exploded landed pretty close to where you were.
Oh,
He kind of boomeranged back when his jetpack exploded.
so he is near me.
He's near you. He's not near the other guys.
Okay, I can
Um,
fix that.
but one of the magpies is going to pull a... no, pins are lame. I like thermal detonators. Hit a button and lob a grenade towards the center of you two now that they know that Lucian's dead.
Oh,
And let
oh
that
no.
blow up.
Towards
which
them
is,
and not me?
yeah, not to you. Sorry.
Okay. That's fine. I just have a cool thing I can do
what's
with
the-
grenades.
What's the range of the attack?
Mid.
Okay.
I don't have it in front. It doesn't say specifically, but I'm going to say they're within range. They're on the first floor.
I'm asking
Throwable.
because of you can't touch me. It's specific about the range.
Got it. Does that make a difference to you?
Yes, I do not roll it. I can only roll it for far.
Oh, got it. Got to have enough wind up for whatever's shooting at you.
Exactly.
So that is... There is not a damage. Oh, no.
That is up to you.
Fair enough. I was just
Dealer's
making sure
choice.
because I did do a little bit of glossing towards this Proctor section.
No, you're good.
We're gonna call that 2 damage to each of you.
I'm
Oh.
gonna go ahead and burn a well here, and I will called shots that Crow. You're gonna take 2 less damage from that attack.
Oh, okay.
I'll still take full damage, but
Okay.
Okay, that's like such a peak, like grandma move.
yeah,
Just like
That
taking
is-
care of you.
Absolutely.
I hate how well we fit our family roles in our classes.
it
Also,
worked really well.
Lucian dropped 2 health, or dropped health. So
Oh, I'll
Thank goodness.
I'll just snack on that now then.
Yeah.
okay, sounds good.
In a snack.
Little Pac-Man animation goes over the screen. It's just like...
Right.
Just see me sort of reach down and.
But unlike Minecraft, in which you can eat and you don't get shot at, You soul suck Lucian as one of the crows from up above takes the cheap shot and just pegs you right in the back of the shoulder.
That feels right.
Yeah, two damage to that.
Okay.
Oof.
Back at square one there.
Jony, are you doing
Hi.
things?
Hi. Yeah. I don't. If they're not near me, I would like to put the body of this raven in between them and me, please, so that if they come towards me, they'll be near a dead body, and that's a secret tool we'll use
Mads,
later.
having not read the archetypes, being like,
So-
what is this
Oh no, you're
sorcery?
good. I didn't do any of that for light either. This game is lots of fun to just discover all the ridiculous shit, and this has lots more in it. So
Mhm.
I'm having a great time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you want to change your answer, but
Yes.
Lucian is directly between spatially. Lucian's corpse, rather, is spatially
Yes.
directly between these guys and you on the opposite side of the room. So you do have a corpse in between you.
Yeah, I need the corpse to be my bad guys, not my family.
Fair enough. I'm gonna.
I know what this means.
Yep. I need strategically placed corpses around
But
the room.
We
Because-
love a 40-year-old with a above satisfactory in strategic corpse management.
But because, Jony, you are 4,
Yes.
and this was one of the biggest motherfuckers in the monster manual, proverbially, I would like a muscle roll for the movement of that corpse.
Oh, I wasn't trying to move him. I wanted to move me so that if people came towards me, they would be
okay.
on top of a body.
Got it. So you are just positioning yourself behind
Yes.
the remnants of this raven.
No, away from the remnants of the raven, but
Away-
so that other people will be near the remnants of the raven.
But
I want to make it explode on bad people.
yes,
Mads.
so they have to
Okay.
approach you though. So they would have to
Yes.
pass through the raven
Yes.
space, putting you
Yes.
between. Correct.
So I want to be on the far side
We're
of the raven, so they have to
triangulating.
come towards
Yes.
me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fair enough.
Na, na, na,
Easy.
na, na, na. Just I want to do that.
One of the magpies looks at you as a kid just doing that over there and has watched Nona just eviscerate a good number of people. Takes some effort to look towards you, turns back towards Nona, and just kind of continues to march on.
And then I
At
take
this
out my
point,
squirt
they
gun.
are both close range to you, and one of the crows
Mhm.
did take notice of your little shenanigan-y games behind it, and would like to just stop the distraction, and is going to take a shot at you,
Great.
which is
I'm Whittle. Does that help?
you what?
I'm Whittle. I'm a small target.
You are a small target. These guys have been doing very little other than watching, though, so
That's true.
they are keeping an eye on the small target, and that is 2 damage.
Okay.
My grandkid's not getting hurt. I'm gonna use called shots again.
Okay.
You take 2
Eagle eye
less damage.
grandma, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Grandma's not letting their
Thank you.
grandkids get hurt.
You
Like
you
we're
use my-
both on the same tier of grandchildren.
you
Honestly, with however many generations there are, probably.
conversationally, you can physically hear from up above, like as you call the shot and the kid dodges out of the way, bullet hits the ground. One of them goes, "Oi! The grandma's fucking watching! Shoot her first!" And the one who took a pot shot at you is the one who just shouted that. The guy on the other side goes, "Oh, right!" And he's gonna take a shot down at Nona too.
Yeah, that feels right.
I think
I
it's,
can't stop shots at myself.
I want to take out my squirt gun and try and shoot him too.
Okay, so are you shooting
It's-
at one of the guys from up above that was shooting
yeah, the
at
one
Nona?
that's trying to shoot my Nona.
Okay. Yeah, take a shot.
Wait, I don't know what stat I use for gun.
It is
This would be nerve because you're
would be
responding
nerve?
to
Excellent.
Nona being shot. You're all a very
Oh.
emotional family.
Thank you. Yes, I am. I rolled a 5 again.
A 5 again.
Yeah.
Very good.
Is that going to be a fail with their shield? No, they don't have the shields.
They don't have the shields. How much
They don't
damage
have
does that do?
shields.
2. Very nice. Shot immediately gets just like...
It looks like a squirt gun. It hurts like a real gun.
What does it fire?
Bones.
I don't know.
Just like toe bones loaded up in a magazine.
They're little knuckle bones.
Yeah, little knuckle bones sharpened down in her
Rocks.
free time. In his free
Honestly,
time.
whatever I went out to the back field and just jammed in it, just whatever debris I could find.
It's just a junk gun.
Yeah.
It's got something in it. It hurts.
It's like a squirt
Bones
gun.
of Johnny's dead hamster. That's it. That's the one.
It works. Yeah, so
Just a
this
squirt gun
little
with whatever debris I could jam into it.
shrapnel of like hamster ribs hits this crow like center mass, like almost like a shotgun, because of the distance. And he goes, "What the fuck? The kid's got a gun. We're not playing anymore with it." And we're gonna
Teacher
actually
says that's a bad word.
because all of these Lumen things are basically combat simulator, and there's no really good break in combat simulator. We're going to take a quick break here, call that line intermission for a sec, and we will get back with reinforcements here shortly.
And we're
folks.
back.
Yes,
And we're back.
we are back. Sorry for the a little bit extra long intermission. When 2 of the 3 bathrooms are being remodeled in a house full of 5, there are lines, and that is my hell to deal with currently.
I'm so sorry.
We are playing InExtremis on the top shelf, and where last we left off are... I don't want to call them heroes. I can't do that
No.
within good
We're
like,
heroes. We're
moral
defending
sentiment.
our
Hot,
planet from lawyers.
glorious necromancers.
Hot, glorious
And a
necromancer.
One of
4-year-old.
us is 4, actually.
And a-
Don't call us hot.
Hey,
Don't call
They
us
also...
hot.
Okay, yes, they count as necromancer, but yeah, the first descriptor is weird.
They're
Necromancer in
physically
training.
running hot because they have a temperature.
Yes.
You need to not
That's-
babysit on like out and about if your babysittee has a temperature. I'm just saying.
That's
Nona's
rough.
getting a
Listen.
little old.
A little.
Listen,
I don't know
The
relativistic
Benadryl was-
years as far as like this planet is concerned.
If
The-
Jony
the
dies, I'll
cost-
just bring him back.
yeah. The cough syrup was working fine until it wore off at the start of this meeting. That's the only reason my fever's back, okay?
Got it. Makes sense. So we left off with you all having killed the ambassador for the Corvus Dominion, trying to strike a deal with y'all to, end all the bloodshed. You thought that was not only a terrible idea, but far more fun to just be killing folks. So you are now locked in a battle to escape the space and take as many bastards out as you can on the way. What you did not realize in the meta, outside of all of this, is that when Lucian passed away and his soul exited into the...
His soul
Probably.
didn't exit. I ate it.
Oh yeah, I forgot. When Grandma
Slurped it
Nona
up like a fucking
decided
Capri
to...
Sun.
Yeah, decided to chaunch Lucian's soul like a fucking cannoli. A beacon went off, a contingency plan, and somewhere deep within this facility, there are reinforcements on their way. But till then, we've got a couple more folks still trying to shoot them down. I believe Crow had their opportunity next to take some strikes. Both of the magpies are in close range. All of the crows are in mid-range to you.
So I... Oh, wow. Okay, I even had time. Okay, so I'm going to... Moving very quickly and moving sort of to the perfect midpoint between the two that are close to us. I am going to assert dominance over their nervous systems and make them fire at each other using discharge.
Discharge. Okay. How many does this affect?
This affects Oh, sorry, you're right. You take control of this nervous system of a single enemy and cause them to attack a target of your choice. So I'm going to wrest control of the nervous system of one and try to make them fire at the other.
Of the two magpies that are walking up?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a bone roll on that one.
Okay. That is a 6.
Ooh, very nice.
Feeling hot
So,
and spicy tonight.
You are indeed. All right, so you paint me a word picture because I don't want to describe that. What am I looking at? Is this... What does that look like in regards of like the cast of that, I suppose is what I'm asking.
So I think I sort of dart back and forth very quickly, sort of to avoid shots as I get closer to one of them. And then I just very lightly, without actually touching them run both of my hands from the side of their sort of elongated keratin face up to the base of their skull, and then just plunge my fingers into the side of
sexy and then terrifying at the same time. I'm about it. So as you
like grandma,
as you cast this horrible spell, and you can watch the shotgun kind of, as resistant as it can be, because these are big dudes, spin towards the side of the other magpie, who is just starting to turn towards you and seeing what's going on, not prepared with that shield, takes a full round of this massive shotgun straight to the chest.
I will say, for honesty's sake, the attack deals 2 less damage than usual.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
Did it look like it still got hurt?
It did still get hurt.
Okay, love to hear that.
Unfortunately for you, these things, a lot of this spellcasting seems to be very direct and very primal in how it's cast. So they know that was you that did it. And the one who just got shot, as soon as it takes a moment to recover, is going to unload a round directly into you, close range. Those are 3 damage normally.
Riddles my black and silver outfit. I look down in disgust at my ruined meat body.
Meanwhile, all of the crows looking up above are still plenty annoyed and concerned that this kid has a gun. One of them is going to take a shot off at Jony again. And unless anybody's calling that, that's...
I'll call it.
I'm not forcing you. I just didn't know if it was going to happen.
I don't want my grandkid to get hit with a bullet. It's fine. 2 less damage.
What does it cost for you to call stuff? I don't want you to burn
It costs
everything.
a well every time. I'm burning through these things.
Yeah, Noni's going to be out of wells soon.
You gotta eat the wells, Noni.
Oh, we're going to.
Good.
We're going to. Don't worry about it.
We gotta get you a snack, Nona.
Nona, you're up. Also, being the oldest, and I'm going to give you the keenest ears. I don't know if you do, but you're old, and apparently you have really keen ears. You can hear marching down the hallways. There is approaching.
Could I, in theory, carry stuff like the wells over to somebody else?
I called them Jack and Daxter pickups. I'm going to stand by that. If you want to do some running around to help people and grab shit, I'm gonna say, for the sake of that, because it's deliberate support, that would be your turn, is the movement and the grab of that. But yeah.
Not for right now, but for later. Just like, hey, you're not you when you're hungry. Eat the soul of this body we just killed.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, in this case then, I'm going to use an ability I haven't used yet. I'm going to use Necromantic Lightning.
Okay.
So
I'm excited.
Lord Grandma, here she comes.
Grandma's fucking Yoda. What the hell?
Both of the magpies on this floor and the crow that Jony previously hit.
Okay.
All 3 of them are going to take 1 damage apiece.
Okay. So, no roll for that.
I can. So I haven't been pointing this out, but spells don't technically take a roll.
Oh, oopsie.
Okay.
But it seems to be working fine, so I'll happily make a roll. Yeah.
I think that's how I ran it in light too. There was not a specific designation, but I think
Mhm.
there should be some amount of miscast ability. So yeah, go ahead and make a roll for that.
Sick. What am I rolling here?
Why are you rolling?
I want to kill these motherfuckers.
They hurt your grandkid or whatever.
At this point, you are
Thank
back
you.
in you are back in the war. Prior to retirement, you've
no.
just hit the equivalency of Nona Septima's Vietnam flashbacks. We're gonna make these. This is muscle memory. We're gonna make this bone. That's a weird
Okay, cool.
sentence.
Gonna make it bone. That's a 6.
Damn, son. All right. Okay. So, without any hesitation, you turn and just
Unlimited
Palpatine.
power.
Yeah, exactly. Just Palpatine the three of these. One of those crows is dead.
Does he drop anything?
Oh, that one does not.
Too bad.
Hey, they're sending in more meat, which we can suck dry.
You all are
Snacks?
scary
Do
people.
they have more snacks? I want
They might.
Funyuns. I want Funyuns this time.
What do we call a space Funyun?
I want space Funyuns. I don't know if they have fake onions in space. Anyways,
They're imported.
Questions we'll never have
they're
answered.
imported.
Yeah, the I don't need to take the time for this, but I'm gonna find it now. Give me a second.
Oh no.
The Funyuns were created by the transmuters of Sextilis.
Of course they were.
Of course, yeah. That makes sense.
I have quality taste in imported snacks.
All right, so from
Had some
there,
good names in there.
two of the crows who haven't done anything yet and are still alive are. We're gonna split that up. I'm gonna let the other three actually do something because they tend to not do anything in a round. Two are taking shots off at Crow. One of them has taken a shot off at Nona. And these are arbitrated, they're separated a little bit based on responses to what you guys have done this round.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they all would have shot at you. Because you just fried three of them.
It's too bad.
But 2 damage to you, Nona. 4 damage to Crow. Unless you're...
I don't have the
Oh.
wells to keep burning.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, IDK,
Gotta-
Grandma, did you also hit 0 and you want to describe how you revive yourself?
I'm at 1.
Oh, you're at 1. Okay. So,
nice.
as the bullet holes riddle me, I sort of lose my step for a moment, and just blood is just gushing out of my back onto the floor. And I just sort of whip my pink ponytail over my head, and the blood, like a reverse waterfall, just sucks back up as I stand fully back up, and then just look up at them as I expend a well to come back to life.
Crow, you are scary as fuck, and we haven't gone over the whole flashbacks a whole lot in this, but I'm going to consider that a flashback and give you 2 die on that. Because that's cool as
Sure.
hell.
Put them over here.
All right. So, top of the round, I'm going to change what you guys are looking at enemy-wise, and then let you guys go forward. Let's see.
And Johnny, did you go upstairs? Remind me, are you on the 2nd floor now?
I could have gone upstairs.
Oh no, you're still on the 1st floor, separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically, you guys don't know where any stairs are. This is not a
okay.
spiral staircase space. This looks like a nexus to a bunch of hallways.
Okay,
Oh,
but
understood.
listen.
Like, we should
Got
have
it.
taken a tour before we started a combat sort of situation.
Yeah,
I'm
you know.
hearing.
But
Okay.
listen, if there's one thing that 4-year-olds are good at, it's wandering out of sight and appearing in heights they should not be. So
You're not wrong.
I coach a lot of 4-year-olds, like that's fucking true.
So this might border on 4-year-old crime, you would say.
It might border on 4-year-old crime.
To be clear,
Is it
4-year-olds
not?
performing crime.
Yeah.
To be clear.
Is trespassing not a crime that a 4-year-old would be very good at?
No, that counts. Kids are great at trespassing. This is cutting back to me as a 12-year-old who used to we used to play airsoft in my neighborhood, and I would kick in my friends' doors without knocking, with gun in hand, just ready to go.
I bet
Wow,
their
you're-
parents loved that.
A real gun.
Well, airsoft guns.
like
All right,
Jony.
hold on.
So you were Jony, is what I'm hearing.
I did have real handcuffs though, and it is not uncommon for me to take prisoners during these wars.
That?
I'm not gonna ask any questions.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm just based on that adding handcuffs to Jony's inventory right now. Don't ask questions either.
I won't ask questions either.
Why use real handcuffs when you can turn their own bones into their handcuffs?
You are a scary
I
person.
like
Stop
how-
it.
Just fuse their bones together.
I mean, I'm sure I could finagle some sort of snack. You know, I have fruit
Wow,
by the
how do I
foot and
spell
just
that?
like tie them all up.
Oh, that'd be so sticky.
That's the point.
That's 4-year-olds for you.
That's
Sticky.
4-year-olds. Just be glad I haven't pulled out the glitter, okay?
Ooh.
Okay.
Hmm?
As these doors,
A 4-year-old
as,
has glitter.
as you guys are cleaning house, initially as some of the doors swing open and you can hear it from these top hallways, 3 more J's, 1 on the 2nd floor, 2 on the 3rd, show up, and you can hear further footsteps on the ground floor, but that's what arrives so far.
Could you also remind me how many of each enemy
Yeah,
class
can we
remains
just
on each
get-
floor?
Yeah,
Let's
so
just get a total.
currently you are looking at
2 J's on the top.
2 J's on the top, so 3rd floor,
Yep, there's 3
Three
crows and 1
crows.
jay.
3 crows and 1 J in the middle.
middle floor,
And then
And there's 2 magpies on this
3?
floor.
2 magpies on this floor. Yep. And
Okay.
nothing else has shown up yet.
And for loot, there is 2 HP on the top floor and a well.
And a well.
And then what
There
did
should
Lucian
be, because you killed one of those crow. Oh no, nothing showed up for that crow.
Lucian dropped a well, right?
Lucian dropped health,
And you
to which Nona slurped
you
it.
slurped it.
Yep. And
Hmm.
the big guy, the raven.
Yeah,
that had
dropped a well
plummeted
that
to his
got
death.
used.
Okay, got it.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it got
Okay.
slurped.
Very
Good deal.
good.
Sick.
Who's up and what's the word?
Is this top of the round real fast?
Yeah, we're gonna
so.
call this top of the round.
Okay, cool. In that case, then, I'm going to go ahead and use Doom Foretold again. I'm going to mark the J on the 2nd floor. So
Can
he'll
you
take
mark at a
extra-
distance?
Yeah, I can do it from far.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to mark that J, though, so he'll take 1 extra damage until the end of round.
Hell yeah. It's the most accurate grandma loogie that's ever been spit. I'm just kidding.
Can I wander
Yeah.
up to 2nd floor?
As all of us very upsettedly imagine our grandmothers spitting blood loogies off the Niagara Falls.
Upwards. I went up a whole
Oh,
floor
you're
with that
right.
one.
Yeah, she was working against gravity and it still landed its mark.
Just like right on the collar.
Okay. And that was
was-
the J on floor 2.
Yeah, I was aiming for the face, but right in the
Okay.
collar.
Oh, goodness. Marked. Okay.
And what is marked similar to what you did to Lucian?
It's the exact same thing I did
Yeah.
to Lucian.
That was my
um,
own notes.
Okay. Then I guess I am gonna close. I'm still standing behind the magpie that I had previously made shoot its companion, and I am going to mimic what I did to Lucian, and I'm just going to very gently just sort of tap on a few spots in its body and cause whatever a corvid's substitute for lymph nodes are to erupt.
I mean, they're still people. They just think birds are cool as hell.
And that's just me moving fast, tapping quickly all up and down its body.
Perfect. Was this the magpie that you got shot, or the magpie you forced to shoot?
Forced to shoot.
Okay. Go ahead and these are very calculated. I like bones for these.
Okay, that is a 5.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, so you take right up the side, because it's still not looking at you. It's kind of gaining its bearings at this point, and it falls to 3 damage?
4.
4. Okay, cool.
And it deals
Damn.
1 less damage on attacks until the next round.
Cool. Well, it's dead.
It would if it mattered.
And it dropped a well.
Which, Daddy's going to slurp that up. We're going to stick a straw in the bitch. Yum, yum.
Nice. Just hopefully it's a reusable straw.
Maybe one of my nerves just like comes out of my wrist and goes down, slurps up the little ball. Nerves aren't that long, but whatever.
Well,
this one is.
This one's
really stretched.
Yeah, exactly.
Necromantically elongated like a soul proboscis.
Mm.
All right. So with that, seeing this in horror, the other magpie is going to take his riot shield and just shove you and just boo. And these things are surprisingly strong, and it sends you skidding to basically the near, it's like just outside of close range. So you're technically mid, but you probably run the distance. And that's a damage to you. And you also watch as you hear as 3 crows descend from the 3rd floor on ropes that are left hanging, mechanically usable now, onto the ground floor, pistols at the ready.
3 of them?
3 of them.
Okay. My diagram is like 1 inch big, and I've had to put like 3 layers of reinforcements on it.
Oh,
It's
we
not
ain't even
pretty.
done yet, so.
Great. I'll redraw it eventually.
'Kay.
So, is it possible for me to have wandered upstairs?
You got ropes now, so you can climb upstairs. Wandering upstairs would mean you're going out into hallways and trying to navigate the facility.
Okay.
Which is why I put the ropes there.
That's fair.
I'll give you the
Valid, and
usability
thank you.
because it's you're
Thank
probably
you, Proctor. Listen, I mean, children just vanish and reappear up higher.
You
That's
know
how
what?
they
I
work.
can't really argue that either. If you wanted to just like meander off, I'm actually not going to fault you there. That is a valid point.
I'll go wandering. No, I don't know. What would it take for me to get upstairs though, as fast as possible? Because I want to check out that situation. Because I know there's at least a body up there that I would like.
Are you
to
trying
use.
to get to 3rd floor?
2nd floor.
2nd floor? 2nd floor you can take in a round. You're going perfectly
Perfect.
vertically. You can use your movement to ascend one of those.
I'd like to do that.
Give me a nerve roll for that though.
All right.
Because the person who just descended from that rope will probably not be super keen on a kid trying to supersede him and climb back up.
Can I add wells after I look at the rolls, or do I have to declare it before?
Has to be before.
Okay, that's a good thing to know. I got a 4.
You get a
It's
4?
a 5 now.
It's a
Nice.
5 now.
Yeah, I'm gonna twist that. It's a 5.
Hell yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Partial success. The guy tries to
I'll take it.
reach up and grab you, and by grab you, I mean he takes
Shank?
his knife. Yeah, he takes his knife and tries to just stick you and drag you back down, but misses you mostly, and it just goes through your calf.
Ugh.
A little bit of
okay.
drag, but he lets go of it, so you
1
managed to make it up
damage?
to the 2nd floor. 1
Or
damage.
none. Good deal. I mean, look, I'm a child. I'm still mostly rubber. It'll be fine.
This isn't the first time you've been stabbed. This is like a coming of age ritual. For...
Yeah, is this a flashback?
still
Do we see
try.
the first time Johnny got
Let's just
stabbed in
go
his short
Tuesday.
life?
We do now. Jony, tell us
Yeah,
about
we
the
do.
first time you got stabbed.
So I think it was I can't say a summer several years ago because that would put me as an infant. So I think it's just last summer.
It might still be
You
true.
were a fetus.
think it
You
was
were
like-
a fetus. You avoided the blade.
This is terrible.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, no, I think it was like last summer, and it was like Nona decided, listen, you're 3, that's an adequate age to, like, you know how most farm kids are like, oh, you know, you're like 6, that means you can drive the tractor now. I think that, you know, bed and breakfast Nona was like, you're 3, that's a good time to just go out back in the field and like just try your very first sparring. And so it was probably Nona that like kind of did the whole like, it was definitely Nona, just like, listen, this is what it feels like. And then, like, you know, fed me cookies afterwards of like
Learn
the
what
job.
pain is.
This is what it would be
Yeah.
like if someone stabbed you.
Yeah.
But like
Jesus.
but then Nona patched me up because she wants me to be a good necromancer and stuff. And then, you know, so I know I'm gonna get cookies after this if I fight good.
Fair. I'll give you 2 die on that.
Yay!
Because you're going to get cookies after this if you fight
I'm gonna
good.
get cookies after this if I fight good.
All right.
Can I do a spell?
You
now that
can
I'm
do
up
a
here?
spell. You
All
are
right.
within slapping distance of one of the crows on the 2nd floor.
Okay.
And that J is marked still, notably.
The J is marked as well. Yes, on the 2nd floor.
I'm interested in the living things, but tell me more about the dead things up here.
There is only one dead thing up there.
And how close is it to the living things?
Give me a d6. Just give me a general roll. I'll give you that answer.
6.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Pretty close to you and the other dead thing, or and the other living thing.
It's close to me too. Oh.
I'm gonna stand by my words, but now I realize why you asked.
You can
Yes.
still move, right?
Yeah.
You could still do it. You just have to try to dodge it afterwards.
She used her movement to get up there.
No, I'll dodge.
Or-
That's fine. I can do that.
Or he used, yeah.
I will trigger corpse explosion, please.
Nice.
I make a dead organic enemy explode, dealing 4 damage to everything at close range
Oh
to it.
God. Okay. Everything within close range.
Mhm.
That includes yourself, but
Yep.
Mhm.
you do have that
But-
passive.
But I have a passive where if things are targeting more than one person, I can just not take damage if I succeed a roll.
Okay.
Which I think is very childlike of me to just withstand a lot for no reason. They're bendy. They're
They
flexible.
are. I am going to argue
Oh yeah.
towards bone for this one,
Okay.
because explosions are your favorite thing. That's not
Explosions are
reactive.
my
You were
favorite
excited to
thing.
see that corpse.
I planned for that.
You did.
I came up here with the express interest of making a body bomb.
Give me a bone roll.
4.
Okay. Have that damage,
Cool.
and we'll take out one of those, another one of those crows.
Hooray. What's it drop?
Let me see.
Okay.
Better hope for health.
It's a
it's
well.
Cool.
Take a well, never mind.
Well, I'm full up on wells right now. I gotta. Oh, I could have. Oh, I could have added a well to the bone.
I mean, you just cast a spell, right? So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
Well.
here's the deal.
Well.
Yep. Yes. We're good.
'Kay.
Well,
Well.
sorry. I just wanted to make the well pun. Continue.
Okay. Nona, what are you up to?
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and fire my arrow at that J I marked earlier.
'Kay.
Yeah, I think I saw the explosion. I'm like, cool, that's great. That's not who I wanted to hit. So I'm gonna be like, no, Jony, this one, and fire my bow at the one I marked.
Okay. That's that's bone. You're shooting at previous targets. You're
Okay.
waiting.
That is it's gonna be a 4.
Okay, the thing's marked. It's still dead.
So that'll deal 4 damage to it.
Yeah, it's definitely dead. You watch, Jony, as Grandma says this, and an arrow just whizzes to the other side of the second floor. You watch this guy get shot right through the face, almost like crunches in the front of that nose plate. And in the same motion that it falls, you watch a well just woo, and like kind of plink to the same platform on the other side. But yeah, there's another well up there.
Am I like hanging from the rope at second level?
No, I mean,
Or am I on second level?
you're on second level.
Oh, because I thought it'd be really funny to be on the rope, just like swinging on it. Just...
I'm gonna say no. You're probably on
Okay.
second level. Because if
That's
you were on
fair
the rope,
and
I
valid.
wanted to be mean and just let that body
Just drop it.
yeah, just
on
drop the
me?
rope.
That's okay. I'll be hanging off the banister or something.
Okay.
It'll be great.
Quick question
With the
for
4
Keegan.
though,
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
you take 4 damage as a
No, no.
Dendrosida uncloaks themselves behind you.
Yeah.
Nona.
Yeah. So that kills me.
Knife knife very calculated right below the shoulder blade into the lung. Twist,
You
no
want to
scream,
take care of this,
pull.
or should I? In terms of healing you.
Oh, I got me. Don't worry about
You
that.
got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
wasn't
I
sure
get...
what your well situation was.
It's low, but we're fine.
You've been fucking making it happen. So.
Yeah, no, we see this knife go into my back, and I sort of fall forward. I just turn around and make eye contact with this motherfucker who just stabbed me, and just all the blood sucks right back in. Let's go.
You guys are
I'm
just
ready for round
sponges. Yeah.
Septimus family loves blood goes out, comes back in. That's what we're about.
As
baby.
long as all the blood ends up back inside your body, you're fine.
It's all the same blood.
exactly,
It's fine.
it doesn't matter where it goes. It just has to sort of like fill.
And it doesn't
the
really
crevices
matter
and
whose
stuff.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Lose a
true.
little, you take a little from
Ask,
someone else.
We're all related. It's
Ask
fine. It's
Noir
basically
in the
same
Iron
blood.
and Lies episode. Shameless cross plug, but he lost a lot of blood there.
5-second rule, just as long as you get it back.
Yeah,
5-year rule. That's fine. It gets up back in there eventually.
we get there. Okay. Perfect.
I had a quick question for Keegan.
Yeah.
So I realize I've been playing it as if every one of my spells was an action, but they are not.
They're not. No.
So yeah. Can you clarify for me, like, what is the intention for how I use them in combat?
I think it is written currently that you can use a spell and an attack in a roll, like a spell
Okay.
and a weapon attack. It just
What?
yeah.
I could have been shooting my
As long
gun
as the
again
spell
this
is
whole
not an
time?
action.
As long as the spell doesn't
Oh.
say it's an action. Yeah.
Wow, I realized I was just like, some of these things relative to each other seem different,
Yeah.
power level wise. Okay, thank you for clarifying. That makes
Yeah, no
so much
problem.
sense.
Beautiful.
We've been playing with the kitty gloves on, if you will.
Yeah,
All my
So-
spells
Kitty
take
gloves coming off.
actions.
Yeah.
That makes
Let's
me
go.
sad. I want my gun. Nona, I want
is that the
another gun
proctor's
for
turn?
my
I think.
want
it the
another gun
proctor's
for my
turn?
5th birthday.
I think so.
Come
Nice.
Can be.
It's the proctor's turn now.
on. Yikes.
Crow, you watch Nona land on the ground as this Dendrosida pulls their big, angry necromancer-killing knife out of her back, and you watch on in delight as Nona sponges back up her blood and gets back to her feet.
Oh yeah, I knew that was coming. Wasn't worried about that one bit. She's lived 350 years. You think one cloaked bad boy is gonna make a difference?
What you
One
didn't
knife,
see
that's the only
coming
problem.
was a second Dendrosida, and you hear the crunch of the back of your own skull as a knife just into the back of your head. That is 4 damage.
Oh,
As
I'm
this
gonna
one
call the shot that
uncloaks.
one. I'll use another well. You could take 2 less damage.
Okay.
I think I yell out just in time, like, "Oh, it's fine!" A little too late. You're able to,
I mean,
you're able to wiggle.
Just takes off like, like a cross section of my skull instead of.
Yeah, your ear hits the ground.
You have a really extreme undercut now.
How does it? Is it look okay? Is there? How much brain?
It'll
do
grow
you
back.
think-
It'll grow
Okay.
back.
The ponytail's still there, which is good. And also, Jony, you getting shot at.
Oh.
Oh,
Um,
rip.
yeah, we watched an explosion happen. One of the Jays die. The third floor, both of those Jays are like, we should be shooting at things. Sees a child who just blew up a corpse and says, that's a bad idea. Pulls the bolt on their big fucking rifle and poof, right to center mass of Jony, which is 3 damage.
Little Jony falls.
Okay. How does
All 3 of
little
us.
Jony
What's your
come
well
back up?
situation?
Yeah, this is no fun. So yeah, burn the well. What up?
Okay.
Yeah. I
This isn't
don't
the first time we've killed Jony. It's fine.
I mean, if Nona's first knife practice resulted in a stab wound, surely not.
I think it was probably like, look, this is an experience that we want you to have in a safe environment first, so you know how to collect the right
You know,
blood.
if you kids are going out there
No.
and dying, I'd rather you do it in my house.
Exactly.
Just a little.
So that you know how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you
I
feel
can make sure
safe
you're
the
doing it
first time.
responsibly.
Exactly. So, you know, I fall down and I think really hard, and I think the like seeping of the blood takes a little longer because Jony hasn't died as many times as Nona. But like, you know, Jony's trying. Nona
Very few people have died as many times as Nona.
yeah. So Jony's trying, but it takes a little bit longer, and also the patterns of like the little blood trails are more whimsical in the way they return.
It goes like from
Little bit of
underneath you. Yeah,
curlies.
it curls up and
Little
around you to
curlicues.
go down through the same hole as opposed to just sucking back up through the floor.
Yeah.
Like a weird magical girl transformation. Where you
The
go from
best magical girl
From a dead boy to an alive boy.
Yeah.
Ooh,
When the dead boy becomes an alive boy filled with corvid blood.
we're doing making some super macabre magical girl tabletop RPG now at some point.
Yeah,
That's what
It's
this
gonna
is.
happen.
Yeah.
that's what this is.
Okay, you guys, what are you up to?
Don't like that.
Okay. We're really there's a lot of bird aliens here and I'm not happy about it. I just got rammed by one of them.
Yeah, you just got face slapped with a big fucking shield and then tried to get brained by a stealth dude.
Okay. So I'm going to throw a knife at him, or throw a knife at one of the crows, or no, at the J above, and then if it is still alive after that, I'll run up to it and I will try to discharge it as well.
Okay. So the knives, go ahead and give me we'll make these nerve. You just
okay.
died, or almost died again.
Okay, that's a 6 on the first
Okay.
one, and a 5 on the second one.
Okay. 2 successful hits. The Dendrosida that had stabbed you, if that's the one that you were trying to hit, gets just murked by that knife. Cruel irony back to it. A well lands in its place.
I'm going to
and
grab that well real fast because I have 2.
Use it.
Are you throwing... You said you're throwing the other knife up at a J?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is the marked J dead? Has it been killed?
The marked
yeah, I
J
killed
is
it.
dead.
You killed it. That's
Absolutely.
right. Sorry, I didn't.
Grandma
cross it
brained
off.
that
One
one.
of the crows up there.
Okay, yeah. Another crow is gone. So currently, for those keeping track, there is only 1 crow left on Jony's level.
And is the Dendrosida that's still attacked the one that attacked Nona is relatively close to me because we're relatively close together? Could I get to it
Yes,
with my
and
movement?
it's still visible as well.
Okay. So now I will run up to it once again, sort of just delicately, just not touching it, all along its body, igniting its nerve endings, and then just plunging 2 of my fingers into a soft point in its brain, trying to discharge it to make
Okay.
it throw its knife at one of the crow above.
Okay, yeah. Give me a... I'll let you pick the roll. For spells, since they don't technically have rolls, I'll let you pick what you want to.
Well, then I'll make it nerf.
Fair
Because
enough.
I'm fast.
Yeah, y'all very nervy.
Oh, that was
I
a
like
6. Shit.
Very
Woo!
nice.
It does deal 2 less damage than the knife typically would do.
Well.
But it throws the knife at the crow above.
Okay. So that crow gets pretty heavily hit. This Dendrosida is also pissed, and since it wasn't... That was a 5?
It was a 6.
That was a
That was a
6.
6. All right, never mind. Please continue.
That was it. That was
hella, yeah.
And I just look at Grandma, and I make an after you gesture.
Great.
Love
Well,
that.
in that case, then I'm going to necromantic lightning again.
Okay.
So I will hit the crow on the second floor.
Okay.
And I will hit the magpie and then Dendrosida on this floor with it.
Okay.
Each for 1 damage.
Very nice.
And then I'm going to fire a bow at the... God, I have so many good options now. I'm going to fire the bow at the J up on the 3rd floor.
Okay. So give me a... I think we were doing... Throwing down for a roll for the lightning as well as that bow. Keep consistent.
Oh, cool. I'll roll.
Yes, yeah, those are for you.
Cool. That is a 5.
For the lightning?
Yep.
Okay. Crow's dead. Magpie is
Sick.
almost dead. Dendrosida is almost dead.
Ooh.
All of them are smelling terribly toasty.
Okay, cool.
What did the crow drop, if anything?
Oh yeah, what
Good
did the crow
question.
drop?
Johnny's right there, so maybe he
Health.
could get a little boost.
Crow
The one
drop,
thing Johnny doesn't
health.
need right
Johnny,
now.
there's a Capri Sun right up there for you.
Max, I'm getting cookies after this. Oreos.
I don't know. I'm gonna yell just like, drink the juice box.
Yes,
fire,
Nona.
fire the bow off at one of those J's up there.
Okay.
And that is also a 5 because I can't roll today.
Very nice. So, that J, damage-wise, what does that bow do?
It does 2.
'Kay.
Unless they have a spell affecting them currently, but he does not.
Yeah, so definitely dead as far as the J is concerned. They're squishy.
Oh, nice. I don't know how much health my own things have. This is fun.
As
This is
you do
fun.
that, though, the doors in front of you on the ground floor just get Sparta-kicked open by 2 massive motherfuckers carrying miniguns
Oh.
who wind up and with indiscriminately just the whole floor. You and Crow are going to take, both of them unloaded, 4 damage, and the magpie, 3 crows, and that Dendrosida are all dead.
Great. Explain
shit.
what all of those things drop.
Yes, I'm getting there. So
So
we
now it's-
have health, a well, and nothing.
I'll
So-
take
okay.
1 well, please, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I know you're low.
I would also like to take a well if that's fine.
And you
So
can take the health
there's-
because I'm going to get KO'd, so I'm going to expend the well I took to...
Great. Yeah, I'll take that health.
Okay.
I'm still up. Cool. That's the 3 things on this floor, at least.
You can also
So
see a
there's-
figure just a little bit taller than those 2 standing behind them. There's a cluster of 3, but the 2
So-
with the miniguns are in front.
Just those 3 things are left alive?
So there's a J on the 3rd floor. There are
Oh,
2
cool.
sentinels and a jackdaw.
Cool. I'm gonna start a new diagram at this point.
J is on the 3rd. Yeah, J is on 3rd floor. The other 3 are on the ground floor.
Sentinel.
Yeah, so I think as those things come in and just unload, I go from being living to dead very quickly and begin falling to the ground. But as my blood sponges back up into my body, I'm going to have a nice anime moment, do a nice back handspring. You know, the ponytail's flipping. Obviously, we've made this a motif. It's just going to keep happening. We're going to deal with it. And I expended a well to do that.
Perfect. Crow, give me a. You seem to be really. You seem to almost be into resurrecting yourself. Like you've taken the time to make this a thing that is aesthetic for you. Give us a flashback of why this
It's a
is
game
so
we're playing.
important.
Why is it so important?
Or maybe not so important.
Give
but
us the history of Crow and fashion.
Yeah. Give us a little bit of Crow history here.
I think when Crow graduated from the neuromancy school, they were really excited to get to work. They were being sent in immediately on diplomatic missions, and they were ready and like about to leave with their supervisor, and their supervisor just took them by the shoulders, looked at their outfit up and down, and just didn't say anything, but just shook their head from side to side. And from that day on, Crow looked immaculate every day.
Perfect. With that, I'm going to provide 2 pieces of insight. You get your double dice for that. We'll give you that double dice for the flashback. Thank you. And Jony, Nona made a silly notice of a juice box up there, right? Which I think you took advantage of. But you also notice while you're up there that there are crates on the side of the wall as well, that are present, a la Good Table crates.
Ooh.
Crates are present, and they're also presents.
Presents. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I open the presents.
Oh, okay. So you're going. So you go.
Okay.
You open the presents. Inside these 2 crates are munitions. Specifically, the munitions that are held within appear to be
Bigger guns.
Did she just give our 4-year-old
We gave
a bigger
Jony a rocket
gun?
launcher. Give Jony a
one
rocket
bigger
launcher.
gun
It's
in the first
my
crate.
bigger gun.
The second crate is filled with magazines for this bigger gun. And for context, each round in this magazine are about this big,
Oh, I love a prop.
and each one appears to be mounted with its own warhead.
I would like to yell down, Nona, I'm 5 now. You said I would get a bigger gun when I was 5.
I have enough.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I have enough grandkids. I'm not sure I know, but Crow might know this.
I was gonna say, is that a lie? Are you 5 or are you 4?
Well, in Jony's mind, he was told that he would get a bigger gun when he turned 5, and this is a bigger gun, so he must be 5 now.
Oh, so he believes.
So he
So
believes
it's a lie, but it's true to him.
It's
Okay.
it's true
Yeah,
in
yeah.
his perspective. He was
Okay.
told when he was 5 he would get a bigger gun, and now he has a bigger
found one.
gun, so he must be 5.
Give Jony bigger guns. I'm here for it.
Give Jony bigger guns.
Now here's the counter to that, Jony.
Can I not carry it? 'Cause
This
it's too
weapon is
big?
hella powerful. But if you're shooting this weapon, you're rolling muscle. Because it's a big fucking gun for a 4-year-old.
I got wells to burn.
Okay,
I'll
just
do
letting
it.
you know.
A correct response.
I love I got wells to burn. That's a good feeling.
I'm getting that embroidered on a pillow.
Nona's feeling it less, but, you know.
I'm 5
I had
now.
wells to burn.
I'm 5 now.
All right.
Okay.
Can I do it right now?
Nah, your turns were to
Okay.
open all them crates.
Okay.
That's fair.
Get it situated.
It's valid. Look, this gun is probably about as big as me.
So you said
Yeah.
there's 2 sentinels and a jackdaw on this floor, right? I see
Yep.
he's the guy at the back. All right, cool. Um,
No
Is
visual
that-
on the jack. I mean, no firing visual on the jackdaw, but yeah, you got 3 of them.
Well,
oh, okay, I can't hit him.
Not yet, no.
Okay, cool.
for you,
That's-
maybe. Me and my new gun.
Okay, I really feel like I should deal with the J up on the 3rd floor still.
'Kay.
So I'm gonna turn around and just fire off a blind shot at that thing.
Okay.
Just pure instinct. Like, oh right, I forgot about him. I rolled a 6.
Okay, very nice. In true archery Yoda fashion, just spins, doesn't think too much, and you watch this J fall 3 floors as it was getting ready to shoot, was then top heavy after it went clean through it, and just land with a splat on the ground floor. Sadly, it didn't drop anything.
That's too bad. All right.
If
cool.
it makes it any better, you can't see it, but the ones on my dice are skulls. So
Aw,
That does make it a little better.
it does. I bet.
Just a little. Cool. And with that, I'm gonna back up finally. I'm gonna make my first movement.
okay, mid.
Grandma has not moved once. Just been standing in the middle of this battlefield. So I'm gonna take my first few steps backwards.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
Okay, mid range from the Jackdaw and the Sentinels.
Mm-hmm.
Crow, what you up to?
Yes. Okay. How far are these MFers from me?
They would be. You could get to close range for them. You're probably just outside of close range, mid-ish right now. But you'd have to close some distance if you wanted to be close. Not much, but a little.
Okay. And is Jony within mid-range of me?
I'm on the second floor.
Yes, they would be.
Okay.
Oh no.
Seeing that Jony has gotten a hold of this big fuck off gun, I am going to use adrenaline, and I'm gonna snap my fingers, sending surges of adrenaline through the adrenal glands of Jony and Grandma Septima to allow each of them to immediately make one attack.
Okay.
Oh, what a sugar rush.
Yeah, you
I'll let
just
Jony make
you
that
just got
attack
given
first.
a pitcher of Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I just ripped open like 6 pixie sticks and chugged.
Yep. Yeah, this kid's snorting pixie sticks off of the banister rail.
I'm actually crying from this. It's amazing. So,
Go ahead and make that muscle roll.
yeah, I was gonna say, okay, I'm using a well on this, so I got 3 dice. I got a 6.
Nice. Okay, so you take a shot. What you discover is that these are rocket-propelled rounds. They are 3-round burst, so you just... and as all 3 of these just hit kind of center mass between them, it physically, it doesn't knock them over because they're huge, but it slides both of them because of where it hits, impacting for full damage on the 2 of them. So that was...
Not an
Thank you, good table.
I'm gonna take my weapon attack there now since I got one as well.
Okay.
And I'm gonna fire at, I don't know, the one on the right.
You now have firing. You can now fire upon the Jackdaw as well.
I
Just so you, if that changes your answer, but they slid apart, so you got the Jackdaw in the center that is fully visible now.
I'm still gonna take it at the Sentinel for the time being.
Okay.
But that's another 6. Let's go. Let's go. That's 2 more damage.
Okay.
And
So the one on the right.
Yeah, the one on
Okay.
the right.
Perfect.
and with my action, I will throw a knife at each of them.
Okay.
Because that wasn't even an action.
Nice.
Hello, rocket launcher. The first knife is a 6,
Okay.
and the second is a 4.
How much damage for each of those?
3.
Okay. 3.
And I will probably back up across the room to be farther away from the Sentinels and the Jackdaw, and not next to Grandma, but, like staying close to Grandma.
Distance enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, so the Jackdaw is going to start issuing commands.
Ugh.
Has
Did
got
you hear that?
yeah, it's much like your adrenaline skill.
Hateful.
So give both of them some extra stuff they can do, and in perfect unison, almost entirely synchronous, as if they were the same being. You watch both of them very quickly and adeptly, like, adrenaline shots and patch themselves up, and then re-rack their miniguns and both use that second spare action to unload, which is another... Between the two of them, that's another 4 damage to anything on the ground floor.
Grandma dies again.
Oh, God!
Oh, no.
This is fine. This isn't the second time Grandma's died. We've
Not the
been
100th
here
time.
before. This isn't even the 300th time, probably.
This is just a Tuesday night.
Grandma has done
Nona.
some living.
And some
Grandma
dying.
knows how to live. Okay. All right, that would leave you 3 up. I think this is top of the round.
I will start this round off then.
Okay.
I'm going to point at that jackdaw in the back, and I'm going to doom foretold him again.
Okay.
Just sort of point and I spit. Just a perfect.
I love the grandma spit as the
I know,
Doom
right?
Foretold. It's just, it's kind of nasty. You make it really uncomfortable, and they're like, fucking, what?
And then I'm gonna fire a bow at him.
Okay.
That is another 6. Brr, brr, brr.
Yes, finally.
So
The
that'll
good
be
rolls.
the bow and arrow does 2 damage. It deals an extra damage because the enemy has a spell currently affecting them, and that deals a 4th damage from Doom Foretold.
Okay. Perfect. Good solid hit right at the jackdaw. These things are like rhinoceri as far as beef, and where your arrows have consistently just gone straight through with brutal intensity. This porcupine quills the bastard, sticks about 3 inches into his chest, and you watch him break the bone arrow off at the knuckle, or the joint, whatever it is, and just toss the spare rest of it to the side.
And then I'm gonna yell, "Hit him first!"
Okay.
Yeah, same. We can do that.
Jony, do you want to go?
I mean, I have a gun, so we know what's gonna happen. So if you have anything you want to get in before that, otherwise, I'm just jamming more bullets and gummy bears in this thing and going.
Take it away, Jony.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that.
Let's get a muscle roll.
Hooray! Still burning wells because I don't trust a single die.
Yeah.
I rolled 2 6s this time.
Nice.
That
Okay.
doesn't have any impact, but
No, but it's cool.
it's cool.
Mechanically, this weapon is a 3-round burst.
Mm-hmm.
If things are sequentially close enough to each other, you can direct each of those 3 shots. You tell me if you want it
Yeah.
all in one.
Oh, if you
Or...
so here's
Nona
the thing.
did say that one first.
Until end of round, attacks against him deal 1 extra damage. I don't know how you want to deal with that.
I'll arbitrate it quietly behind the desk.
That's fair. That's fair. Just wanted to read it.
Fair.
I do listen to Nona most of the time, and Nona said that one first, so I'm just gonna target that one first.
All right, so all 3 shots impact this jackdaw straight in the center, and you just, like, armor plate is off, like, big fucking muscular chest is just shredded. Like, it's like somebody stopped halfway through grating, like, a block of cheddar cheese, just like pieces of flesh and sinew and stuff just kind of dangling off of this bitch as you've just blown the whole front of him into smithereens.
You're speaking my language.
He's having a bad time, but he's still standing.
Especially
you should put
because
your blood
like,
back in your body.
no, I'm fine. I died, so I'm at 5 again.
Oh, I meant him.
Oh, oh, you're yeah.
Very
you're
much still a
harassing him.
child's response, though. I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, and like, you know, I jammed some of the like sour gummy bears in there, so like it's just smarting and stinging now because it's like the sugar and salt in there. It's just like,
Ooh.
yeah.
I love
Yep.
it when a gummy bear is put inside my intestine, like literally inside my intestine.
Yeah, I didn't chew this gummy bear. It got like
Yep.
shoved violently into me.
It got Temple of Doomed into you. Yeah.
At rocket velocity.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
That's great.
on
Okay, so
that
who's
note-
next?
Yeah.
Who's next?
I will close the distance from mid to close with the second with
Okay.
One of the sentinels went down. Am I remembering that correctly, or no?
No, they're both up still.
They're both up still. Okay, so my notes are good. Okay, so I will race up to one of them, and I will attempt to discharge it to fire on the jackdaw.
Okay. This is. What are you rolling for that?
I was thinking because I was going fast across the space in order to catch it off guard, nerve,
Okay.
but that's also because I'm a little nervy bitch. So
I'll allow
if
the
you wanna call
nerve, but I
something
do
else.
want to know how many dice you have for nerve.
I have 4, and I was going to add 1 for my flashback.
Okay. So you've never fought sentinels before.
No, but you gave me 2 dice for my flashback.
I
Can I
did.
not add them to anything?
You can.
Oh, okay.
But what you don't realize in this, as in your attempt, sentinels are not flesh and bone. They have no nervous system. So what you are attempting to override is a mechanical function. You can still attempt it, but take 2 of those dice down.
Oh, that's fair, honestly. Okay. Okay. Appropriately, that's a 3.
Okay.
It's a 5 now.
Okay.
I'm using my last twist dice here.
Oh,
Thank you,
that could be a
Grandma.
5.
thank you,
Okay.
Grandma.
So you juice
So I'm gonna
up
yell
the-
from the back. No, to the left, to the left.
No, honey, it's mechanical.
They're wires, not nerves.
Sweetie.
Okay. So enough that it is a successful move of this. You're having him fire on the jackdaw. Okay.
That is who Grandma pointed out previously, right? You said
Mhm.
hit him.
Which
So,
takes
yeah,
an
yeah.
extra damage from your.
Yes, but it takes 2 less than usual because discharge isn't.
Okay.
They're like resisting it, I guess, so it doesn't hurt as badly.
Yeah. So takes a little bit longer to spin up. Not quite as many bullets out of the chamber. Still peppers the side of him and does some damage. The jackdaw is still up and at him. And while it doesn't normally do its own dirty work, you are right up next to the thing. It's going to turn. And it is allowed 2 targets with its sawed-off, short-barreled shotgun. It doesn't have 2 targets, so it's just going to both trigger
Oh.
right at you. That is 6 damage in total.
So obviously I resurrect.
Considering we have 5 health.
For chat, yeah, exactly. For chat, necromancers have 5 health, so that's cute for me, you know.
Yeah, and you watch him just, like, flick this thing down, and both shells eject as he goes to pop 2 more in. Real pissed off. Kind of limping just all over right now. He's not doing well.
Proctor, can you talk to me about what the
Damage
lower half
rollover.
of the lower half of the Sentinel's armored body looks like? Can we talk about that really briefly, just for
Yeah.
The visual.
For
Absolutely.
anatomy's sake.
So if you're looking at these sentinels, how I kind of pictured them, is you're looking at 10 feet tall, probably 8 to 10 feet tall.
a big lad?
Yeah, depending on stance. One arm, I kind of presume, has got the minigun kind of on rails, so it just slides forward and they grab it. And then beneath them, their legs, you're looking at almost as if somebody had tried to create a mechanical centaur. You're looking at 4 legs, kind of the back curved like prosthesis stilt as the base, but very wide stance. Very hard to topple over because of this 4-leg positioning. And because you're this up close to it, you can see that there is the top half of them is almost positioned like a turret on a gimbal space, so it can just spin around the whole momentum part of them, the movement part.
Okay. So for flavor, would it be okay if I, as I resurrected, did like a 6 slide underneath the centaur legs?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you're slippery enough. You've died enough.
Yeah, I think this is
The damage from the shotgun sends you flying back under his legs.
Yeah, first one was center mass, second one was down at like the front of your thighs, and it just boo whipped out from underneath you, and the momentum as you resurrected, you flipped back around as you were sliding underneath the centaur and managed to get your bearings.
You wouldn't believe who I had to skin to get these pants. That's coming out of your hide. Anyways.
No, I mean, and he's got a lot of hide that's kind of barely hanging on, so you're free to it if he dies.
If he dies, it's a big question.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Top of the... I think that was all 3 of you at this point, which would leave both of our sentinels left, having not done anything this round.
Oh.
I
need to get to a higher floor. I need some more wells.
I need to get some fucking wells. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I should throw down the wells to you.
Let me think. How do I want to do this?
There's
There
one
are
well on the
wells
second floor and one well on the third floor.
One on the
Yeah.
third
Yep.
is what I have.
Second
and
floor
2
well.
HP on the second floor.
Yeah.
Also true. Sentinels are gonna continue second verse same as the first, and they're gonna do their repetitive jackdaw in the center issuing commands. They're gonna patch themselves and unload. So we got 4 damage on ground floor, and these guys are doing some fixins.
I'm still up, but Jesus, at what price?
I've got more
It's
bullet
okay.
holes than I've got bones at this point.
Yeah, and as these guys are... I actually flavored it a little wrong with like the adrenaline shots initially. Because these things are all bots, they're mending from that additional action. You watch almost a little tiny like R2-D2 arms spigot out of them and start like rewiring things and like reconnecting stuff as they're just maintaining themselves while shooting with reckless abandon.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna kill that jackdaw.
We hope so.
Not if I get to first.
Okay, top of the round.
Ooh.
Do you want me
Could
to?
I start with an adrenaline for both of you? How does that sound?
Yeah,
I'm
fine
running
with
really
that.
low on wells, but I feel like we just gotta fucking pummel them.
I can chuck you a well instead of taking a shot.
Let's see how it goes. I'll just,
Okay.
we're gonna go adrenal gland, please. And I will
Okay.
also
Alright.
stab the jackdaw if I can.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, give me a nerve for that. That's aggression response. He just ruined your favorite pants.
That's a 6.
Very nice. How much
3
damage?
damage. 3.
3. Okay. You take a throw. Narrate how you take this thing down.
Oh, fucking. I think do they have bones?
Yeah, this man is flesh and blood, but think like
It's a corvid, right?
mini Hulk. Like this is a big dude, but it's
Okay.
just all muscle.
Correction. This was a big dude.
Was a
Yeah,
big
thank
dude.
you.
Yeah.
So I think I slam my knife into one of its hips such that it shatters the upper portion of the femur, and then I just slam it through the center of the pelvis such that it like collapses down and the organs spill out underneath.
That is a beautiful fatality, and it's exactly what I was anticipating from this game. Thank you.
Oh.
And adrenaline.
And adrenaline.
Yeah, I just rolled. I got a 6. I'm gonna aim my bow at the one on the right again.
Okay.
That'll be 2 damage from me.
2 damage. Very nice.
And then Jony, you get your adrenaline as well.
So I get to do big gun. I feel like Nona probably taught me don't spread your fire, just target one until he's down. So that's what we would do. It's like first lesson in
think big gun.
Right after she stabbed you.
You know.
This is why you focus one target.
Yeah.
That felt bad, right?
Yeah.
That was how Jony died the first time.
That is terrible.
It's just like 3 adults from the family just circling up, being like, Jony, this is what he's having.
Sometimes a family is 2
Got
adults having a
collectively
child. Is
knifed
that what we're going with?
By the whole
me
extended
and-
family.
It's me and Grandpa.
Train people.
Nona, is Grandpa still around?
I don't think so.
Oh,
No one asked questions about it, though.
okay.
He looked real pretty getting exploded, is all I'm gonna say. Anyways, I rolled a 6.
Okay, that's nice. Which one are you shooting at? Left or right?
This one. Left.
Left. Okay.
Look, 4-year-olds don't know left and right.
That's
They're
true.
just picking one.
Honestly, if a 4-year-old knew this trick, that would be amazing.
I teach all my 4-year-olds that. I'm a preschool teacher. I'm very well versed in 4-year-olds.
Oh, I'm a swim coach. I'm versed in young people in pools, I guess. I don't know. We're not gonna
Anyways,
move on. Let's all
Moving
move
past
on.
that.
Yes, we're proceeding.
Moving on.
Okay. Damage has been done.
Focus fire.
Yep.
Okay.
Center blasts right into the chest. You're looking at 6 damage, by the way, if you're focusing
feels-
fire on one thing.
This
So
feels so nice.
All right.
I feel so cool.
Well, I just saw
I could
Jony.
take out either of you in one turn,
You
but
could.
I'm not going to.
And I
dude,
hate
just kill
having that
Grandma at
knowledge.
the end of it just to show her how it feels.
Payback.
I'm gonna
But I
remember
won't.
this.
But I won't. Niffer's the
Ugh.
murder hobo, not Jony.
Okay. I'm going to doom foretold the one on the left. I'm gonna regret it later. Because this drops me down to 1 well and 1 health.
Okay. Very nice.
And then I'm going to fire a bow at the one on the left.
Okay.
Wish me luck, everyone. That's a 6. Cool. I rolled 3 6s, in fact.
Okay. That is 4 damage.
That is 4 damage again. Yeah.
Okay. Heavy hit. This guy's not looking too good. Still standing, but doing bad.
Fast question. When
Yes.
the jackdaw died, did he drop anything?
Good question.
Oh. You're a beautiful genius for asking that question.
He did not.
Ah!
That was a skull. I
Um,
rolled a skull.
So
Okay.
just
Was worth
question,
asking.
because I'm not sure how it's been working, because they have been like, yeah, I'll just take the well as a whatever. Can I like kick one off the ledge as like a free action or whatever? Or
So
would that take time for me to go pick it up and like
on
toss it?
yeah, so on the same floor, I'm letting them arbitrate them. Since you're on
Yeah.
a different floor, that's an action to get it to them, even
Good
if
deal.
that's moving and tossing.
My hand-eye coordination isn't the best, so I gotta
We
focus
both have at
on
least
it.
one, so we'll survive one more.
Yeah.
Obliterating volley.
I'm running close here.
One more terrible barrage.
Uh-huh.
That's it for Grandma. Let's go. Jony, it's up to you now. You're our only hope.
The only hope for this entire party is the 4-year-old with a minigun.
We would love to hear.
You have to hit the one on the left. I marked it already.
All right, I'm
It's
doing
all-
it.
It's all set up for you.
I'm doing
Okay.
it. I'm burning a well. Here we go.
Oh, I don't have anything to twist. I can't make it hit if
I'm
it
gonna curse
misses.
that to roll bad.
How dare you? You did.
Did I really?
You did.
Oh, now I
rolled a
feel bad.
3. I mean,
Three.
you can let me re-roll if you feel bad.
I
Come on,
feel bad,
come on.
but
Come on, in the chat. Make them realize for you.
Come on, chat. Come on, chat.
Come on, chat.
Give me a re-roll.
Wait, did
Um,
somebody get advantage?
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
Come on, chat.
what is a 3?
That's
Is
fine.
a 3 a failure?
It's a full fail.
Yeah.
Full fail. Okay. So Jony,
Ooh.
Look,
I'm
the
s-
pressure of being the only one supporting the family as a 4-year-old, it's too much.
Well, Crow, it's
You-
been nice knowing you.
you have been just unloading this terrible weapon over and over and over again. without having read the instruction manual or realizing that this thing does eventually overheat if you subject it to too much stress.
And too many gummy
And you-
bears.
and too many gummy bears. It's getting a little sticky. One of the rounds, as it leaves, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna phrase it this way: first one leaves the chamber. I'm gonna give you
Okay.
damage on one of them.
Okay. That's very kind of
The
you.
other two get jammed behind your gummy bear goo,
No.
now melted and torched to the inside of the barrel,
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
and the whole gun explodes and shrapnels all over the place. You will take 4 damage
I'm still okay.
from the 2 rockets that just exploded in the chamber, and your gun is sadly in pieces.
Get back to the squirt gun.
You're 4 again.
Back to square gun.
Back to the squirt gun.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a
Thought
fucking
you were making a
incredible
pun, and I'm like,
I
Well,
just want.
that would be amazing. Let's pretend I said that. Back to square gun. Okay.
Oh, I
see?
thought that was
said
square gun.
intentional. I was like, that's a fucking genius pun.
Thank you. I'm not that smart. I'm no. But yeah, no. Sorry. I just kind of yell over the banister.
It's fine.
I'm out of.
a
I'm
little
out
bit of panic in Nona's
snacks.
voice.
You're doing so good, Jony.
I need Cheetos.
You're gonna
Bro,
get
that
so
was
many
your-
Cheetos.
We just
Sorry.
gotta kill these 2.
I
That's-
spilled
that's
my
all.
juice box up here. I'm sad.
Crow, that
Okay,
was your. You used your action this round, right?
I
think
think
we-
so. I think I went
The
first.
adrenaline.
Yeah, you went first.
And then the knife.
Yes.
Okay.
We're
So
We're gonna
Uh,
see that'll just cry.
these 2 sentinels with that extra command helping them out are not
Oof.
going to
That's
mend
right.
this round.
Oof.
But
They've
they
been
will.
mending.
Yeah, they've
That
been
explains
healing.
it. I was like, we have 5 fucking HP. How many
Yeah,
HP do
this
these
is-
motherfuckers
Yeah, no,
have?
they've been healing.
Like 20. It's a lot.
That tracks.
This is terrible.
Yeah, 20 with the ability to regenerate, and now these 2 are just same as the first. These just mean fucking turrets that walk. So just as 4 damage, ground floor. Jony, you poor soul, are
My
just
last
watching
well.
your
Just
friends
watching
get
my
Swiss
family get
cheesed.
mold
Yeah.
down.
That was also my last well.
So we both use our last well in sync to come back to life. Do you want to have like a beautiful Sailor Moon moment, just like with blood
I would
and
love
bone?
that.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, please.
Take it away, please. Take it away.
Oh no, this is all you.
Oh
You're
God.
both
Okay.
very good at describing things. I love it.
So I think amidst the gore and bones of everything that has been scattered across the ground floor, as this like whatever the last like 2 minutes have been, I think Grandma and Crow both just crack to the ground in this horrible moment of silence before the bones and the meat on the floor just begins to sort of move, like vibrate, and then begin to sort of spin as we both just come back up to our feet with this intricate series of symbols in blood on and broken bone on the floor.
Yeah. As a good note to that too, probably some of those pieces were used to reconnect some of your own because
Yeah.
y'all are literally getting mulched out there.
All right.
Uh,
I hate this.
I know somebody could walk me with my own long intestine at this point. I've been so plugged full of holes.
I can't tell if I want to be like, oh, kinky, because also like gross, but like it sounded like it was trying to be like, but that's not even on a necromancy planet is that a thing.
No, that's a bad thing everywhere.
That's a bad thing everywhere. All right, top of the round. 3 of you versus 2 of them. You got this, right?
Jesus.
Sorry, that
Do
was
we
really
have
sassy.
this? Do we
Yeah, a
have
little
this?
I mean,
Part of me is like, can I go to the second floor? Like, is it worth it? I don't know.
I know,
mean,
right?
Do we have a sense for like how much sparks are flying off these things, like how badly they're injured?
The one on the left is definitely more hurt than the one on the right.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
But because they're bots, you don't have quite the same kind of gauge on them.
Okay, so Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna
Oh.
run.
Oh, wait. Was the jackdaw guy any type of organic?
He was
The
a
jackdaw
person.
wasn't organic.
Never mind. Why don't you go first?
Wait, can I get away first? Because I'm right there.
I would love for you to get away, please.
Okay,
Please.
then I'll
Please.
pressure point the one on the left and then get the fuck out of Dodge.
Don't you
I
not
see
have-
that just
Do you
appear
not have
over the
wells?
railing. Huh? Oh no, I don't have wells. You're right. I'm gonna stab it. Thank
So
you.
just leave.
I have 0 wells actually. So I'll
Which one are you
stab it and then
stabbing?
run. The one on the left.
Okay, give me a nerve.
That's a 4.
Okay.
Oh no.
If I get murked, I swear. to
No, so
God.
I'm not gonna.
No, it's okay if you do. It's okay if you do. That is fair.
Oh wow.
Here's what I'm gonna say to that, because the plan's already in motion. Jony, you're gonna do the thing that you're gonna do after this.
I am.
You watch him start to run, and you jump the gun with your spell as he stabs, and you don't realize that his knife gets stuck. So he goes to pull that knife out, and it's lodged in when this body explodes. What damage are we
Okay.
doing to everything?
I do 4 damage.
Okay.
Uncle's okay. Uncle's. I mean,
Unky.
Uncle's. You know, relatively speaking, like let's say if your like vitality was a scale from like 1 to
0 to
5, I'd
5.
be at a 1. But like, you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
He's limping away, but he's getting away still.
I have a present for you when you're done.
I could really use a gummy worm or a funyun.
We're out of Funyuns.
I love you saying that near tears. I could really use a gummy worm.
Sentinels have another terrible feat written
Do
into
Do
them,
they? No.
which
They
is
do? I'm
explode.
so sorry.
No.
Keegan wrote this.
Keegan, you did.
So
this
your
to
knife
us.
is stuck, the body explodes, kills the sentinel that it's stuck in, and then that sentinel explodes. So the sentinel on the right is now doing real bad.
I
But
just set off a chain reaction.
Yes,
of
you did.
explosions.
and since I know what damage corpse explosions do now, that's another 4 damage.
This kills
Hey.
Crow.
So, yeah.
I have to get down there.
I
I'm
think,
the only one that can resurrect him.
yeah, I think I see the beginnings of the explosion going off inside the sentinel, and I just say, "Fucking heck it," and then I just disappear in this fucking eruption.
Yeah, a terrible red mist of sinew and fragmented bone.
It's just the end of Kingsman.
Ghastly.
Yep.
Just ghastly. This child's gonna need so much therapy.
The sentinel on the right, if it helps, is doing really bad.
I thought you were gonna say really good, and I was so.
Yeah.
No, he's like barely hanging on. Nona, you're up.
God. Jesus Christ. Okay, I guess I'm shooting the one that's surviving. Jesus. Okay.
Wait, does the second sentinel take damage from the exploding
It
first
did.
one?
It
Mhm.
did. That's why it's doing so bad.
It did. It's doing
Okay.
really bad.
Okay.
I rolled a 5
For
my bow.
your bow. Okay,
Yes, that's 2 damage.
so 2 damage dealt.
I think I was going to run and hide, but I think I sort of stepped back to my original position since I've moved once all gone.
Okay. So you
Um,
took a step forward a little bit in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to make sure he sees me, not Jony at this point.
Okay. How much health do you have? Are you still at full?
I'm at 5 health, 0 wells.
Okay. This sentinel, rickety and on its last legs, not quite dead, and doesn't have to be dead to explode, is going to use its movement to try and end Nona. And it's going to hobble forward with its last 2 health, and then self-destruct itself. And you watch the bottom floor, just another spray of shrapnel and metal and awful shit. Nona, that's 4 damage.
I'm still up.
but all of the threats are gone. You are barely hanging on, torn
Whew!
to bits. Jony,
We-
you just watched Crow get misted. Nona almost get misted. The combat has relaxed.
I'm going to immediately
Yeah.
yell up, throw me a juice box.
I have a well, and I don't know if there's like parts to reconstitute, or I just grab like the nearest blood spatter and just like pour all of my tiny body's emotions into reconstituting my uncle, please.
So, Jony,
Yeah.
this is its own mechanic to the game. Full death, true
There's
death,
Well,
There's no coming back from it.
requires the ritual. Nobody's sure for sure if it works. But if you would like to expend a well and an hour to attempt this with your Grandma Nona, or Grandma Septima, that was just Grandma Septima,
Grandma.
you guys may.
I thought it was 5 wells, and I don't know if we've
Oh, that's...
got
Is
that
it 5
many.
wells?
It is.
Also.
That's why I asked if
also,
the
though-
Sentinels gave drops.
They
Let
don't.
me roll. Will they what?
Also,
They don't.
Oh,
Because
they're not...
They're robots.
they're
They don't have
robots.
Oh,
souls.
they're non-organic.
No souls, no wells.
Wow, that's pretty epic.
there's a well on my
There are
floor,
t-
and there's 2 above, and I have 3.
You could do it if you
This
want to try
4-year-old's
it.
gonna do a ritual.
This
Okay.
4-year-old is going to turn back the hands.
This 4-year-old
I was gonna say
is
this
going...
4-year-old's gonna try what apparently has. If we can read from the text really quick, just to
Please do. Please do.
emphasize how extraordinarily dangerous and okay, where is it?
This
It
4-year-old
should
is going
be
to look into
in
the eyes of death and
Oh,
say,
no.
"Not today."
The, let's see.
I thought there was a section in the player bit
There
about it.
It
but
is in the
is.
player bit.
There is. So it goes.
Ruben,
I've got it.
Oh,
tearing through this.
the ritual is said to be the only thing capable of bringing back someone from the dead entirely, but is not without its costs. Performing the ritual costs 5 wells and takes 1 hour, but there is rumored to be an even greater cost for a revival, and it isn't for the faint of heart. Every necromancer has heard a story about what happens if they revive someone, but there are no known records of it actually happening. It is rumored that no one who has done it has survived for much longer themselves. And a 4-year-old, which
Yep.
Is about
potentially,
to
according to
attempt
Nona, if we take
this?
Nona as the example, it's potentially 340 some odd years ahead of them are going to attempt this.
The strongest necromancer of our time is a 4-year-old. Jony is the chosen one.
I love this.
4-year-old
So,
killed by like.
They unlocked that tomb. Jony came out.
Let me weave you a tale then. All of the pieces, or gaseous, misted portions of Crow, all of the above, spread across the ground floor. Scattered amongst all of this and the metallic remnants of these 2 sentinels are what remain of the resurrection symbols left behind from their synchronous resurrection at the cost of their own wells earlier in the combat. These provide the basis for Jony to scrawl and scribble them back into proper shape, finishing the circle with 2 new runes of her own.
His own.
His own, sorry.
There you go.
His own. And I don't know, like, my brain, the way that is spelled actually makes me think of, like Joan of Arc or something for some reason. Like,
Yeah.
Sits down, munches a snack real quick, and begins the ritual. Nona feeding you what she worries is... oh, no, not literally feeding you. Like, feeding
Oh.
you words to the ritual. As
But
she
also-
would be the only one who knows this,
Uh-huh.
but you have the wells, apprehensive at best at what you are about to attempt. But over the span of the hour, almost as if in slow motion, you watch the dew that was the Crow coalesce in front of you, slowly but surely back into a material form. As Crow awakes, you are tired. More tired than your little 4-year-old self has ever been. And you are also out of snacks. Took all of the energy you could muster to bring your uncle back. And Crow, even then, is sallow and gaunt, desperately in need of any kind of nourishment, probably needing to be reconstituted over the next couple of weeks in genuine care, but alive nonetheless. What they saw on the other side is something that they wish they could articulate, but is so unknowable and unending, it is hard to form the words for. Over the next little while, the next couple of days and weeks, Crow gets better, improves, and gets back to their happy, articulate self. However,
Oh no.
two things are different. The first is that in the reconstitution of Crow, his hair is decidedly shorter. He has lost his beautiful ponytail, and it will probably take him many years to grow it back. But, other than that, same old uncle. Jony, you are fine, but over the next couple of weeks, you become more and more fearful of the nightmares and the terrible feelings from your closet and under your bed you begin to feel. And Nona does her best to protect you and reassure you, but Nona knows what is coming for what you had attempted, for she is old enough that she has seen things of similar fashion, never anybody having attempted what you did, but on the planet of Hecate, there are such things as boogeymen. But they only come for those who choose to mess with death in such a way. The family will spend its time being plagued by these horrible creatures from beyond the veil until such a time that they are dispatched or Jony is. But that is a tale for another time. As we end our episode on the run with you two protecting Jony
God,
from
I'm the
what
worst
she has
babysitter.
unwittingly unleashed upon the planet.
Hey, listen, give me like a nap and like 10 minutes to cry it out, and then like we can take them.
You're 4 now.
I'm 5 now.
You're 5 now. My bad. You're 5 now.
I'm back to 4. I lost the big gun.
No, we've gotten you a new gun.
Oh,
You definitely have a big gun now.
It's a
I'm
real
5
big
now.
gun. You're 5. Happy birthday.
Congrats, you brought somebody back from the dead against all the laws of life.
You
Here's
might
a
be
bigger
6.
gun.
Yeah.
Against every law of magic.
You
Oh, yeah.
broke the known universe here.
And the gods are really angry about it.
So you're gonna need a gun.
But that is InExtremis, everybody. And
It's
it is
incredible.
spectacular. I cannot tell you, because it has been a while since I've played a Lumen game, because it was the beginning of the year when we played Light, but this is so much fucking fun. I absolutely adore Lumen games for the fact that they are so narratively encompassed in how they're arbitrated. There is not numbers and things mucking that up. We're just like, yeah, let's fucking fight, and then we just go after it, and it's great. It's the best combat simulator that exists, and I'm convinced of that. But thank you, all of you, for being here and playing games and stuff. Thanks, Kegan, for making a cool fucking game. I had a blast.
Yeah, Kegan, huge fucking
awesome.
shout out, because I know they haven't read the series, and I hope both of you do if this sort
It's
of
on my list.
is your. But I just wanted to say I read through like the player section of the text, and I was immediately just like so extraordinarily impressed with how you managed to take the theme and inspiration and flavor of the books, and you made a game that is its own distinct setting, or set in its own distinct setting, has its own unique set of rules that are clearly inspired by the genres that you pulled from, but are still really their own thing that can build really unique stories. And I was just, immediately I read it and I was like, I'm so fucking ready to play this game tonight. Like,
I'm trying not to cry. Thank you so much.
No, like I have said it before because I love the shit that you make, but like I'm so happy to finally play a game of yours on stream because this is wonderful.
This was
Yeah.
so much fun, you all.
Yeah,
It's a good time.
I went into this completely blind because like I've never played a Lumen system at all, and I've not read the books that it's inspired by, and so I was just like, sounds fun. I read the thing, and like Mad's got a running commentary of like, oh my gosh, this says you never run out of knives. Oh my gosh, a gun? And so it's just like every part of this was just so good. It was so fun to discover everything like with very fresh eyes. It's very cool.
And the goal
thank
is
you
not
so
to make
much.
you cry on stream, but like I loved reading it. Like I didn't read it in heinous detail because I didn't have the time for it. I usually don't, which is part of the fun of the system.
Yeah.
But everything is chock full of so much character as far as how it is written, and it's fun to read, and I always appreciate that out of a system as well. Like it's got very much a personality that flows with it. I mean, like if you look at Fanta,
Oh wow.
which is
You got
another
it.
great
one
one
of your games. Wow.
Yeah,
Just
we're
seeing
gonna
right
cross-
off the shelf, baby.
Fanta's spectacular as well. It's lots of fun to read through, but like all of your stuff is chock full of like it is voice heavy, much like your Twitter. So it's always worth going and buying. Go hang out and follow the Twitter because it's fun, but also buy some games because they're great. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's good. No, you're totally fine. I'm just like jazzed. The kind of game that this is too, because Light gave me the exact same energy, but the kind of this game that this is gives me such high energy by the time that I'm done with it.
Light.
Yeah, there we go.
I'll play someone else's game.
That because it's all combat and it's such quick, intense combat, that I just am like caffeinated by the end of it. Basically, like it's so energetic, and I love the fact that can keep up this kind of system can keep up that energy.
Like there was not anything dragging at
Nope.
all in this
No, this
fight.
is the
It was so fun.
longest I've seen a combat go in this game because I've played a number of sessions of it now. I've never seen a combat go this long. So it was a really fun sort of stress test of this system.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was so much fun.
Yeah, I do enjoy that. Like I never try to turn a system on its head, but there are systems that I'll
Yes,
play.
you do. Don't lie to us.
That's the point of this show.
That's the point of this show.
It is kind of the point of this show. It's not necessarily to turn the thing on its head, but I do like stress testing the ideas inside of it. Like Necrobiotic, when I did it, the whole purpose of the themes of it is, the necromantic autonomy of these, things doing work for humans and stuff. So it's like, okay, let's take that ethos and let's let it get out of hand. And this one's like, well, it's a combat simulator. There's less kind of weird niche conversationalism in it. It's still there, but like Lumen is inherently a combat thing. So it's like, all right, let's see how intense and how lasting we can get this combat in a way that still feels like there's a chance at the end of it. So I tried to get it as close as physically possible.
You got it close.
Yeah, it was very close.
I think this is the first full player death in the system too.
Nice.
Congrats.
Love to hear that.
Congrats,
Wow.
you two. Yeah, unless somebody else has done it and like hasn't told me. This is the first.
We did it.
This show
I will
is...
also say I am not as familiar with the Lumen system, but saying that it's a combat simulator is so interesting to me because I read the rules and I just got I would never have guessed that because of the really interesting out of combat abilities that we have access to.
Yeah.
Like when we first before Kegan marked Lucian, I was thinking of like sort of starting to, because we were all clearly messing with Lucian at a certain point.
Definitely.
And I was thinking about trying to affect his memory or affect Lucian's memory. And it's just, it's such the tools that we have as necromancers are so distinct, and the out of combat abilities are so interesting that I was really like, I don't know, I could totally imagine with certain groups going through sessions and sessions of this without ever running into combat and just having a great time role playing in the world, using the out of combat abilities, making all these different types of rolls based on bone and nerve and
muscle.
muscle. And I'm surprised to hear that, because I was just imagining, the sorts of games that I would run with the system.
So Lumen itself is a combat simulator. A lot of the like out of combat spells and the domains, all of that stuff is stuff I added to the SRD because I wanted to do stuff out of combat occasionally. So I'm glad that came through at the end there.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
And I'll second that too, because I knew it was a Lumen system, and you're like, oh yeah, it's like light, and I'm like, dope. Okay, I know what I enjoy out of this because Lumen is built for heavy combat. I would think it would be interesting to see a game of this that is not, because there is a lot of lore built into the world, and there's a lot of very much character to the planet
The
that it is.
behemoths.
Yeah.
The behemoths.
Behemoths are so cool.
The behemoths. I literally, there was a point where I thought this combat was going to wrap up, and we were going to try to have to figure something out. I thought Mads was going to pull out some shenanigans, and I was literally like, do I pull the like one-shot bullshit where I'm like, well, I used to be a behemoth pilot, so let's call myself the behemoth, like, because they're just so cool and I wanted them on screen.
Yeah, that would be fun.
So
I mean,
rad.
I think going off of what you said about like this seems like something we could RP, I think that's because we put in the work of like, let's just make this weird necromancer family of like grandma and the grandkids. Like we put in the work, like, okay, let's make a story. Let's make this an interesting reason for why we're all here.
I think inherently
really cool.
That's a show of a good system, though, because it shows you three different. It shows you all of the ways that you could play the game. Lumen itself is a core built for the coolest fucking combat I typically have witnessed, and then Kegan goes in and throws down a whole bunch of narrative mechanics on top of it so that you can role play the world outside of it, and you can add to the lore, and you can, then it becomes more full, similar to like D&D if you want to compare it to that, where it's like, yeah, you can play around in either space, and really only in that comparison, because this is vastly different, but like you can play around in either space. You get the role play and you get the combat, and you can mechanically role play, but it's also built with enough flavor that you can role play like you three did, and really lean into the color of the world. And with me running a table like that, I know personally if we were in more of that, like I would straight nix a lot of the mechanics of that unless they were specifically asked for, because like, yeah, when a team puts in the work because the game is well built enough to immerse yourself in, like what's the point of the dice? You guys are having a hell of a time building a story. And that much variety in a system is really good to see.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I have a question for Keegan, maybe.
Yeah, go for it.
Which is like, if you like were able to put together the perfect table for you running InExtremis, do you call it InExtremis or InExtremis?
I think I normally say InExtremis, but I'm fairly sure I've done both.
InExtremis, like if you got together like your perfect table, and like how would you imagine playing the system? Like in terms of like, would you imagine like a short-term campaign, a one-shot adventure, a multi-shot adventure? How would you imagine your?
Yeah, I got you. So my play group is actually playing this game currently, like sort of as an on-off campaign. So doing it sort of as like a West Marches thing. So sort of like drop in, drop out. Very like, this is our behemoth. This is the sort of base of operations. Each session's like, here's 3 different things we can do. How do we want to explore it? It's been a lot of like exploring other planets and stuff like that. But yeah, I see it as a like flexible sort of campaign system.
That's really cool. I really like the idea that you play it in like a West Marches style.
Yeah, it's been working pretty cool. I'm hoping to open it up to more people after my group gets a little more comfortable in it.
That is really sick.
I'm gonna completely sidestep any questions about this so that I can finally get an answer. What is the whole West Marches thing? I keep hearing that around, and I have no context to the West Marches style.
Yeah, so that's a
Thing.
sort of a campaign where players can drop in and out every session. So it's not the same group every, it's not like the same 5 players. It's maybe like 10 players, and you get like between 3 and 7 of them each round, game of it, but they're not always the same players.
Like imagine how
So, like-
Harper's is run. Harper's is
Right,
run in the West
yeah,
Marches
so
style.
Harper's definitely
Very
connects with that.
self-contained beginning, middle, end of each episode.
Mhm.
You know?
Okay.
It's
I was
typically
gonna be
very
like,
episodic.
you made a face at me when I said that, Neff.
I couldn't believe you've not heard of it.
I've heard the vocabulary a whole lot. I'm just too much of a coward to actually ask
No
anybody.
shade. This is
It
a
is
safe
very
space.
specific
Google.
jargon. You're fine.
Yeah,
man.
it is.
But yeah, you bring up a big point with the behemoths. By the way, I think that when Jony turns 6, he should get one of those.
Jony gets whatever the hell he wants at this point.
Jony gets
Yay.
whatever the hell he wants because he's currently running from the unkillable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look,
I mean,
they're only
Jony broke
unkillable.
the first law of necromancy. It's like
They're-
the first law of thermodynamics just got shattered in the hands of a 4-year-old child.
They're
If it was
only
gonna be
unkillable because no one's had the imagination of a child to try it.
There you
It
go.
is because we prepped Johnny for this moment by repeatedly stabbing.
As a family, yeah.
Oh,
He knows
that
pain.
flashback happened, and I was like,
This is the right
Yeah.
group.
yeah.
We know exactly what we're dealing with now.
Listen, Jony's only 4. He hasn't had that much time in the world to be told that can't happen. So
It's
he
true.
thought it could happen.
In
And
the
it did.
eyes of a child, anything is possible.
Yeah.
And in the eyes of a child who can literally be beheaded and then come back, like even more is
Yes.
possible.
Yes.
When you bring the delicate dew of your parents' sibling back from the
Yes.
far beyond.
The beyond.
When I just say no, I still need that person give him back.
Who in the universe is going to tell a 4-year-old no? That's what we've
Exactly.
learned here.
Exactly. I really just loved how it was like, okay, we're opening negotiations. Now we're just trying to impress the 4-year-old.
Lucian
That was
is
really
one
That's
of
such
my
a turn.
Lucian is one of my absolute favorite NPCs I've ever played, especially on stream.
Lucian was
Very
good.
funny.
I really like Lucian.
I personally was so confused about why we weren't going with it. Like, yeah, we should want peace,
The
right?
earnestness. Well,
Because what he
right?
did was invite a shit family.
Yeah.
Different family
Yeah,
might have.
I mean, also morally, like the condescension of that is so extraordinary. No, I mean,
The-
like
Let's
yeah.
wipe out everybody else in the system. And
Yeah,
then show up
exactly.
here and be like, I know we've killed a lot of your people so far. You didn't ask for any of this. Like, we just came here and tried to kill you, but now we want peace, and you need to do the
Yeah.
work for it.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Exactly.
still super
Yeah.
shitty. Yeah, we
Yeah,
started
fuck
the
yeah.
war. We started the war. Now we want to stop it by you helping us.
Yeah.
It's great.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, buddy.
I was having, I was so like, I really had no idea when we were for chat. I had no idea what our little one shot was going to be
Yeah,
coming in,
same.
and my brain was just sort of like spinning. And so when Matt's like right before the
Yeah, when I found out on Twitter what we were doing.
yeah, I was like negotiations for what? Like, how could this be
Shit, no.
possible?
Yeah.
Love it when you're just setting us up so that you
Yeah.
can shoot us.
Repeatedly.
Our
Just
solution
like a
was more
good
fun.
proctor.
There
Yeah.
were 2 ways that could have gone. You picked one of those ways.
Yeah, what were you
What
planning
was-
if we didn't immediately
was
try
the
to kill
other
that
choice?
man?
Yeah, so they would have actually honored that contract. They were fully intending on at least that division of the Corvus Dominion until what I anticipate was the Corvus Dominion blowing that ship out of the sky before it reached back with a contract, so it's, gone. But at the time, during the episode, they would have honored the contract, and they would have asked for demonstrations for the sake of teaching, and it still would have been multiple waves of enemies, and you being in this basically fight pit so that Lucian could show off to his superiors, like, look at what we're getting, taking notes and
Yeah.
shit of what you were doing.
Okay, so I would have killed Lucian either way, is what I'm hearing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, would have been before or at the end of the session.
Would have been some Hunger Games shit. Just
Yeah.
fire about him in the middle of a combat.
I don't think that they would have let Jony have the minigun though if it was just showing off what they were capable of. So
We
like
could
how
have
we
talked
did
him
it.
into it.
A 4-year-old does not talk anyone into getting a minigun.
I mean, we did try to talk them into having peace
No, they hold their
negotiations with a
breath until they
4-year-old.
pass
so...
out, and then a guy gets panicked and hands
Like,
over the gun.
ugh.
No, they just
I don't know if we can teach
disappear.
you magic unless you give Jony a gun.
Yeah,
That's the only way I
sorry.
see this working.
Give Jony a behemoth and we'll talk.
This
Go
is
catch us one.
every kid's like, I want a pony, and Jony's like, I want a
I
behemoth.
want a bigger gun.
I want a bigger gun and a behemoth.
I want a bigger gun. Behemoth for my
Behemoth.
birthday.
That's all I want.
Funyuns.
That
And Funyuns.
Funyuns. I need some more juice boxes, and I jammed all my gummy bears into the gun, so I need more gummy bears.
The fact that the gummy bears jammed into
I
the gun
know.
is what made the gun explode. Will just
Perfect.
live rent
That
free
was-
in my mind forever.
Yeah.
I just kind of went with it of just like the very first thing of like, do you have some snacks? I'm like, oh, we're making
Snacks
the
is my
snacks
character.
a thing.
Yeah.
Snacks is my character. So
Yeah. I really.
it was a lot of childhood nostalgia of like, what were my favorite snacks? And
What
how
am I
many
buying at
pixie-
7-Eleven after this?
I liked
how
gummy
many pixie
bears.
sticks did I get?
I liked gummy bears until I was 14.
I still like gummy bears.
Oh, I like
You
gummy
had, like, a
bears now, but
Pavlovian
I went through
response
like
to them?
4 or 5
Oh.
years where I couldn't touch a gummy bear.
Was it because of something that happened? Like a Pavlovian response to like being sick and eating gummy bears?
Oh,
It's a trauma
absolutely.
response
Yeah,
to
I mean,
Yeah.
if you,
too many gummy
it was
bears.
delightful because what had happened was we were
Were
making
they vodka soaked gummy bears?
No,
Ooh.
it's
Not at
worse.
14, hopefully.
It's literally
Oh, that's
it's
true.
far worse. So we built a dirt cake for my stepdad.
Yes. Okay,
giant
continue.
giant
Yeah.
dirt cake, gummy worms.
We know where this
right?
is going. Yeah.
It was a giant gummy worm. It was like 3 feet long, about that thick, and it just went through the whole dirt cake. My stepdad didn't want anything to do with it. He saw that, and I was like, that is the nastiest shit I've ever... No, take that away. So he ate the dirt cake, but I removed the gummy worm so that I could eat the gummy worm because I love gummy worms. So it's still ribbed like a gummy worm is, but it's giant, so you can cut them off like bread slices. And you just eat them like that. I get down to about 6-7 inches of this
I
gummy
thought you were
worm
gonna say
left.
you sucked it down and then it got stuck in your airway and
Nope.
made you throw up. I'm sorry. This is yeah.
Nope. No,
Thank
so
God.
I was ready for the like baby's first dildo story like type situation.
So I
I just
eat-
didn't go there.
I
I'm
eat
sorry.
all of this gummy worm except for like 7 inches of it. And I'm real tired of gummy worm at this point, but I'm convinced that I'm going to finish the whole thing. So I take a glass, I put the whole gummy worm in it, and I microwave it until it's a liquid. And then I drink it.
That's sick.
2 things
is-
happen.
This is the worst story I've ever heard.
That is sick.
One,
This
that is
cursed.
so much sugar in one sitting. That is like a drink glass full of gummy worm. 2, gummy worm melts a lot hotter than water boils. I mean, like, to be liquid. I was fucked up for a little while. And I did not want to do anything with gummy worms afterwards.
That is so beyond gnarly. That is so.
You know what? I'm not going to talk any shit about you not liking gummy worms.
Yep, you
Yeah.
get a pass. That's
You've earned it.
I
fine.
love gummy worms now. I'll eat them all the time. but,
No,
like, didn't
you
like them for a
can't.
bit.
You
I
can't.
thought it was. Gonna
I
be
don't like
more-
gummies anymore, and this didn't even happen to me.
I thought it was gonna be more like my anti-gummy story, which was as like a young teen and you finally get to spend your own money and you realize that you can buy things in bulk, and so you get like 5 pounds of gummy bears and you're like, yes, I can eat all of these because I'm a teenager with no self-control.
For context,
A
this gummy worm
teenager.
was about 5 pounds on its own.
Yeah.
But that was me with Oreos.
Mhm.
But
I
you didn't
bought-
melt
Anyways.
it and
Yeah.
take it down as a shot, is what I'm
I did
hearing.
not take
Okay.
a shot. No.
Yeah.
There you
Yours
go.
is
That's
much
horrible.
worse.
This
There's
is
some fun
horrifying.
about Mads. This is why I'm
Yeah,
such a
trivia.
sadist on streaming.
Because you had to drink liquid
Goodness.
gummy worm.
It's probably related. I'll discuss it in therapy later. You've brought up memories.
Oh.
I wish
Listen.
we had left those buried. I'll be honest.
kinda
Maybe
like
you
it.
don't wish that. I wish it for me. That I had
Everyone-
never heard the story.
I kind of like
Everyone
it.
disliked
I'm like
that.
kind of into it. I'm like, wow, that's like important. That's real.
Keep
I mean,
it in
this-
your brain there. You can
This
have that
explains
memory.
a lot. Yeah. This.
Should have left
this
it in the dirt
explains
cake, Cole
things.
says. It's a good time. The top
Yeah.
we have a good time on the top
We
shelf,
do.
right?
We do.
I'm not
Um,
having a good time anymore.
Well,
He
I
wants to
Came
go
here to
home
have
now.
a good time,
I
and
I
I
wanna
got
go home
turned
now.
into a fine dew.
yeah, you got turned into a
And
pulpy
revived
red
by a
nest,
4-year-old.
Yeah.
True.
who's now
And nothing bad happened. Okay?
Uh-huh.
A 4-year-old really could have messed that up, and I didn't.
And then we all
did
had
you not
Pringles
though?
and fruit punch.
Yep. And cookies. Yeah.
Terrible nightmares and monsters from the beyond.
Terrible nightmares until I get to be 6 and I have a behemoth and a big gun and I just go and kill the boogeyman.
That's assuming you live for another year and a half.
That's a
I-
big assumption.
Yeah.
That's
But
a really
hey.
big assumption.
We can
I
dream,
imagine-
right?
Yes, I imagine there are more family members than just us 3 left.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
did hope.
I'm
Oh,
sure-
definitely.
Oh yeah,
I had an unknowable number of
we're
grandchildren
like
at the
a
beginning.
dynasty. Like
You're 350 years old. I mean,
That's a lot of That's a lot. I
That's
mean,
a lot of
especially-
grandkids.
And with different numbers of grades, you know.
yeah,
Mhm.
weird generational. Like you have full generational shifts between grandkids,
hmm
full generations of grandkids.
So many cousins gonna come
Was-
help me kill the boogeyman.
True.
Keegan, did some of your inspiration for Grandma Septima come from oh my god, why am I blanking on her name now?
No.
No, it just happened.
Stance or
No, she I have a villain I play in my 5e campaign I DM for. I have a villain called Mother Haruspex, who I just play all the time, and she's this like old lady who just knows the future and all sorts of shit, and she's been my go-to villain for like 3 years now. So anytime I get to play this, I'm like, oh, I get to be an old Haruspex. Great, let's go.
Perfect.
Wow, that's so funny.
This whole for chat, this whole family dynamic came about because I made a one-off joke when Keegan they said about Grandma Haruspex. I was like, what if I just play a grandpa who just follows you around going, yes, dear, or better yet, your child, like great whatever, who's just batshit.
This
And-
spun out of control.
The,
Yeah.
yeah,
Where Jony came from.
the other original, I came in to the chat and there was like discussion of this happening, and then there was like an offhand remark that I should be a sugar baby to grandma.
To
And
grandma.
at first I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's fucking hilarious. I love that. And then I was also like, I don't know Keegan, so I don't know if the sugar baby, sugar mama dynamic will work.
That's fair. That was a good call.
But, you know,
This
it worked
also
out.
was
I think it worked
phenomenal.
out to everyone's benefit. We
This
got
was
a
good.
great
Oh
slate
yeah,
of
the
Got a
dynamic
good family.
was spectacular. Because I mean, apart from it just being funny as shit, I did appreciate that it influenced your actions throughout the combat too.
Mhm.
Protect,
Yeah.
baby.
And
God,
just you don't
I
take my
spent
family
so
alive.
many wells trying to keep Jony from
You
dying.
did.
That's
And
why I
it was
gave you
then
that
I
full
died.
moon.
It was worth it.
Oh, it worked out in the end.
That
I'm not
worked
mad
out
about
so
it.
well. Everything,
But
everything
if I'd
worked
spent
out.
one fewer, I could have kept her from dying in the first.
Keegan, remember how you said that the full moon is going to be bad for them?
Yeah.
It was. We won.
It was. We
Yeah.
did a great job.
That's true.
We did a great job, and
They
there were
all
no
died.
problems. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll leave it there. No, but this was spectacular. I don't have any other personal comments about this one. I feel comfortable wrapping this one where we're at. If y'all are
Mm-hmm.
good, any final burning questions or anything else left to say?
I actually
Thanks.
would. I know we're like trying to wrap, but I would
Oh, you're
just
good.
love to hear, Keegan, what like inspired you to build this system?
So Spencer Campbell had the Lumen Jam, or I guess still has because it just got extended. Has the Lumen Jam going on, and A, I wanted to be the first one to submit, and B, I wanted to make like a dumb necromancer game like forever. This was my thing. I've done. This is not my first necromancer game.
I noticed.
I have a theme this spring, and it was necromancers. So yeah, it was like the perfect mashup. I love the Lock Tomb trilogy is what a bunch of the stuff is based on. So I love that trilogy. I love necromancers. I love the system. It was just like the perfect match, and I just had to do it really fast.
Let the record
Well,
show.
it does not show. I would
Oh.
literally have never guessed that you did this quickly.
Oh yeah, this was
is very good.
maybe 2 weeks.
That's
I think
awesome.
2 weeks, 2.5 maybe. I write really fast.
Oh,
I mean, it's like
God.
it's gone through like editing passes since then and all sorts of stuff. So it's a lot like smoother than it was when I first dropped it. But
Oh.
Let the
Well
record
done.
show that I'm bringing you back on the show, Keegan, if I ever end up playing In Play's Necromancy FKR. Because
Nice.
I mean, it's just
Always
your
more
shtick, so
necromancy.
yeah, it's
yeah,
got to be there.
it's my brand.
It's your brand now. Yep. Also, Zeke, I'm gonna put you on every episode from now on because you ask all kinds of good questions.
You do.
My questions usually always come out during interviews and things, but my brain is blank at the end of a session. Like it's just dead. So I appreciate all the good stuff.
I'm so glad I don't have to ask them this time.
When we had you on for
Well, I was on for seasons, and it was
yeah.
like directionless questions since there wasn't there for that one.
Oh yeah. We got to get both of you on at one point. Just talk Lumen. Ooh, we should play Gunfox. That one's spectacular. I'm such a sucker for Borderlands anything because I mean, let's be real. Lucian was basically Handsome Jack. Like it's a good time.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
There's something about the egotism, quick talking asshole that I really enjoy playing. They're lots of fun. I don't want any comments about that, Niffer, if you were thinking of making comments on that. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap then. We'll get some outros from everybody. We'll start in the same order. We'll go Keegan, Niffer, Zeke. I'll round us out, and then we'll see you on the. I say that at the end. Keegan, go ahead.
Great. Yeah, I was Keegan. I still am, I guess. You can still find me at KeganExe.com. You can buy this game. It's all linked there. It's easy enough. This was fun. Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely.
Hey, I'm Niffer. I am, have been, was, always will be TPK gremlin and intern and 4-year-old of many skills. Yeah.
I'm Zeke Gonzalez. I am a game designer. You can find me at Fantasy Ecology on Twitter and also as Fantasy Ecology on itch now. And I played your anime villain protagonist montage man. And yeah, InExtremis is wonderful. I had a wonderful time reading it. I had an excellent time making a character, and you should all go buy it because it's cheap and it's
awesome.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, you got to support that indie stuff. It's not expensive to get into a really good fucking game. And I am your host, as always, Mads. You can find me at JK Madigan on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, sort of. Discord's the literal worst for username searches. And TikTok, technically. But I am also the host who has completely forgot to put alerts and chat boxes up, and I'm only now reading the message that Cole sent me at the very beginning of everything. So there's that.
You.
Yeah, it's good. But yeah, InExtremis is spectacular. You got to go check it out. Go check out the Lumen system too. The Lumen Jam by Spencer Campbell is kind of what started all of this. There's lots of good games out there. If you're a fan of Borderlands, Gunfox looks absolutely superb.
It's so good.
Yeah, InExtremis is great. I've seen a couple other ones that are out there, and the system it's built on is just so much fun, and everybody's been doing so many cool things with it that is a jam absolutely worth checking out on itch. Next episode, we are doing part 2 of our series on The Company. That's the first actual longer-running mini-series of sessions, kind of playing out conversations about indie games and how campaigns function. And we're doing it in the Resident Evil universe, so check that out. It's going to be lots of fun. Do love me some corporate horror. And then upcoming, just off the top of my head, I know we're doing Animon Story, which is going to be lots of fun.
Woo!
Very Digimon kind of. Yeah, it's delightful.
Wow.
Necrobiotic
Yes.
is still up on the Discord, or not on the Discord. Good God,
You're out of it.
I'm
Twitch.
4 coffee. I'm 4 espressos in. That's what I've been making this whole time, or cups of espresso.
Mads.
I'm very energized right now.
I can't make fun of you because I know what I drank last time I was on.
Yeah, you have
but-
no room to talk.
What time is it where you are, Mads?
9:30.
Oh, babe.
So
If you need to chat tonight, I'm definitely awake.
yeah.
But Necrobiotic is still on Kickstarter. We did that for the last episode, I believe. Super good. Also worth playing and necromancy related. So always a good time. Check out everything on TPK. Absolutely superb shows all around. All of them are great. We've got new stuff coming out. June is all going to, or we're doing a whole bunch of charity stuff for the Trevor Project. Thank you. For the Trevor Project, which is going to be great. And we've got lots going on. So stick around, hang out on the Twitter, follow me on Twitter. If you have any games you'd like me to play or you'd like to see on the stream, hit me up on Twitter or the Discord. Send me some recommendations. I'm always looking for new stuff. But we've got all kinds of stuff around. So we'll see you on the next episode, and take care, folks.
Smooches.